you care, but I don't know. Your words can't shake my bones, though I'm stronger than you know. Your fire can't melt my soul, no, no.
Do a little chatting.
Yep.
Piss a few people off. A lot more than a few, probably. Everyone.
We're going to piss a lot of people off, but I think we're going to also make a lot of people happy because we're going to say what they
everybody's
want to
thinking,
say, what they're thinking. We're going to say the quiet part out loud.
If you don't find something to relate to, like, get out of here.
Get out.
Look right in the eyes. Get out.
Out.
I'm just kidding.
Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my fight.
Is it recording already?
So I'm having plumbing problems. The plumber's on the way.
Oh, to here?
I'm just kidding.
Oh. Wait.
That's the plumber right there.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Anyways, no, I was gonna say one time I was
Oh, welcome back.
Oh yeah, welcome back. Yeah, let's hold on. We'll start with that.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome back to the Unfiltered and Unfazed podcast. I'm your host, Tessa.
I'm Heather.
So clearly
We're starting it light. We're starting it loose. We're starting it fun.
We are fun and
we're gonna keep.
I was gonna say
episode
family friendly, but I don't know.
Never. We're gonna
Nothing
keep
we
this
say is
episode
family-friendly.
flowy and
just fun. Just
pour a glass of wine.
Yeah, just
a beer. I don't know.
Chit chat. Yeah, you can do beer if you'd like.
Non-alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, that's totally okay as well. Not gonna hate on any.
Yeah, because the next
beverage.
episode is probably going to be traumatizing for all involved.
Yeah, honestly and truly.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
but
we'll need like
so we're lightening it up with this one.
Exactly. So, but back to what I was saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've been watching Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Okay.
I watched season 1 and I was like, it's fine. They didn't actually like reveal anything. Season 2. Oh my God. It's like they're so okay. So the thing about the Mormon, like they're like your body is a temple, right?
Yeah.
So you're allowed to do like whatever they frown on like tattoos and stuff, but they're very, very, very pro plastic surgery.
I thought I know everything
like
I thought I
loophole.
knew is not correct then.
It's a
I thought
loophole.
you like couldn't literally do anything.
Well, plastic surgery is a loophole somehow. Or so they say in the show.
I mean, as in all religion,
right?
They find we're talking about organized religion, not having faith in God or whatever. It's organized religion. They find these loopholes. It's interesting.
Yeah.
They change the rules to fit
plastic
what they want.
Plastic surgery didn't exist when John Smith found that rock to look through or whatever. That's Mormonism. I'm pretty sure. Like
I mean,
obviously I don't know
the
like exact thing that happened, but that's like basically the most simplistic version. I don't think they could, but wow, that's crazy. I'm not anti-plastic surgery. I'm pro, but like I'm very
not
pro.
either.
Where'd you get those boobs, Heather? No, but I just think it's so funny, and it's such a funny show because like honestly, if I'm being so real, like it is not that deep. Like people are like, oh, like she didn't comment on my post and now I hate everyone, and I'm like,
wait, like that's the I mean that's kind of like Real Housewives of
it is. It's very
whatever,
Real Housewives
Orange County,
vibes.
New Jersey,
it's
all the
very
different
Real Housewives vibes, and it's so addicting to watch. But it's so funny. But there are a few of them that really like in like sharing their story. I do feel like they're actually like helping people.
Okay,
but I don't think that's why people are tuning into the show. I think people are tuning into the show for
the drama.
The drama,
right.
Yeah. Oh, because the whole premise is they're like swingers. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Okay, because Mormons can have multiple wives.
Well,
swingers,
old.
Hold up.
So that's how it all started.
What?
Is like these girls. Okay, so this girl went online and she's like, yeah, I'm Mormon and I be swinging. And like, she didn't say who. And so the whole friend group, like everybody's under scrutiny. Like, who is she swinging with? Who is she swinging with? Right. And that's like basically the whole first season. It's like, oh my God.
But this is like allowed in the religion?
No.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why it's like, no, they're not allowed to swing.
Got it.
But they like don't. But season 2 starts. Right off bat, they reveal who it was.
Okay.
Exactly what they mean. Like, because like they weren't real swinging. They were just doing stuff in the same room as each other.
I mean,
and I'm like, welcome to freaking me the second I turned 18. Like, I'm sorry.
all welcome to my Saturday night.
Welcome, or that's like a
not
Thursday,
mine, to be clear. Not
Thursday
not
afternoon.
mine.
No,
not mine.
No, not anymore.
Okay.
I've gone on several like journeys of celibacy, and like I learned my lesson. But yeah,
you had to explore.
Yeah, and I didn't think that was like. Well, I didn't think that was that big of a deal. Like full swinging, I'd be like, "Oh my god, no!" But
and by that, we're talking about married couples.
Yeah, like
swapping partners.
Yeah, that's like too far. It's like a
thing too. I mean, obviously we know it's a thing.
Yeah, it's like a huge thing.
And we joked about the pineapples. We were at Dollar Tree and they had all these pineapple things, and we're like, God, imagine if we put like a pineapple upside down right here. Like the
changes the entire vibe of the podcast.
Everything. But and if you know, you know. I just happen to know because I've heard about it, but I don't personally know.
I only know because I have some client
you hear
my mom, but I have my clients tell me crazy things all the time. I would never expose anyone in particular, but I will say there was this one time. Okay, so you know the Villages?
I've heard about those.
Okay, so
Tyler explained why people say what they like. It's a crazy little place.
It's a crazy place.
Old people be getting
freaky all the time. Like there's loofahs that mean different things. I don't know what they mean. I would love to know because I'm just like telling me everything. Are they just like
at the age they're like fuck it?
Well, yeah, and they don't care and they be getting STDs all the time. Like it's crazy. Like I'm like wow, like grandpa, calm down. Like, but
oh, God.
I have this one client that told me that one time she was hired to do an event there. Okay. And she didn't know what she didn't know what to expect. She didn't
know what she was signing up for.
Well, she gets there. They're all nudists. No. Okay, I'm going to say that again.
You should probably tell somebody that you're hiring, hey, just so you know.
We're all going to be naked.
And like.
And
50
we're 80-year-old men.
Yeah.
No, 50. That's like young. I'm talking 75 plus.
Which, hey, more power to you.
Right. And that's great for you, but you should warn someone.
That should come with a warning label.
Yeah, you should.
For sure.
But I just hearing lots of crazy stuff about the Villages, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's actually wild. Like I just hear too much.
Which is funny because that age group is usually like, look at these young people.
Right.
These crazy young people. But yeah, we're... society's turning where like our age group is saying like look at these young people like look at these rappers, look at these these OnlyFans. I'm sorry, I can't call them models.
I would not say models.
I can't call porn stars.
Well, I just don't think it's modeling. Like and
you're not a star.
Yeah, and it's like that's what you're doing, and that's the choice that you made to do the thing that you did, but. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be rebranded. You know what I mean?
Modeling your butthole? Like
yeah, butthole model.
Butthole model?
Yeah.
Like a hand model?
Yeah, but for buttholes.
But yeah.
Only butts. Only buttholes.
Assholes and vaginas. Isn't that and
like
balls.
Crazy? Like, I don't know. Like, there's just something like, oh my God, sorry. I just remembered what you told me last week about that.
It's never.
Because
it's going. It took me a while to recover. Like it took me a while. I know I'm obviously still not, but like where the initial shock was, it took a while.
Yeah.
Like when you first hear it, and unless you're not well,
right,
and you need to go talk to somebody because something happened.
Agree.
You are shocked and appalled and disturbed. And I remember some of the comments were like not very good.
Right.
And I remember Tyler was like, do I take it down or
and
I guess she was like, no, it's fine, because I think at that point you are striving off of that,
right?
Like we always say we love the haters, but I think that it's kind of like when you see somebody post something that is gonna get hate. I mean I guess you can call it rage bait,
right?
It's very apparent that is the goal.
100%. And I think that it's like, and that's the difference you can tell, because like we say stuff that piss people off, but like we're literally just
it's our opinion. It's our opinion. Like our opinion just happens to not align with theirs, so they get pissed off.
I'm not purposefully saying things to upset people.
Right.
I just don't have a filter.
Right.
That's
where exactly.
Like, come on. Like, I'm sorry.
It cracks me up because if we clap back, they go, oh, you're not very unfazed. That's like the favorite comeback. And I'm like, no, we don't. We're not hurt.
No.
We don't care.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we have to be quiet.
Yeah, like
I'm not like crying in my room. I am unfazed.
Yeah, anybody that's ever known me my entire life, not one thing that they'll never say about me is that I've been quiet.
Right. So apparently meaning unfazed was taken as we can never speak.
Oh.
Our opposing opinion.
Oh, I thought it meant like I'm just going to continue to do whatever I wanted to do.
Your opinion's not going to change mine, just like mine shouldn't change yours.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But mine should. No, I'm just kidding.
But ours is right and yours is wrong. So there's that. No.
I'm very, but I'm just very like, why do you care so much?
That's
like
where,
we're just here having a good time, little chit chat.
Here's where I get confused with that too. Is like you're not even like someone saying that. Say that's like following us.
Right.
So it's like you don't even have like you could literally block us.
Yeah.
For all I care. Like therefore,
Actually,
that's where I feel like that's where they like it. They get off on it. They strive for that. They 100%. Want that. Because at that point, you're not going to change our minds. Like, this is not a debate. We're not like, hey, debate us. If you want to, if we're going to do that, well, yes, debate us and we'll debate you back.
Right.
But like when we're giving our opinion, opposing opinions are welcome.
Right.
But you don't have to be hateful.
Right. Exactly.
Because which they call us hateful for having an opinion. So I'm like, so then you're coming at us with hate.
Yeah, like all of a sudden I'm hateful and I'm intimidating and I'm all these things. Why? Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
My bad.
So you want to give your opinion, which I would listen to your opinion if it wasn't fucking retarded and hateful and which by the 100%. Way, that word does not mean whatever the fuck people think it
retarded
means.
is one of my favorite words. Like, I literally tell my friends all the time, I'm like, damn, like I would never call someone with special needs retarded because they're not.
Like that's horrifying.
That's horrifying.
I'd be like, you're a piece of shit.
No, like that's I'm like, be so fucking for real. Like
so for real. Same with gay. Like, sorry.
Oh my God. I love calling things gay. Like, but I've switched to saying homosexual instead because
just going straight. Just
just straight. Yeah. Like
which mind you, as Tessa has expressed.
Oh yeah. I'm half gay.
And I mean, it's like the age old saying, well, I have gay friends, but that's not the point. The point is like, we are definitely not, we're not anti.
I love.
Do your thing.
I love gay people. You know what I mean? And myself being one of them. Like, so, it'd be kind of hard for me to be like, oh my God, that's so gay. Like, I would never do.
Like, are you offended if somebody says, oh my God, that was so gay?
No, because I'll probably do the gay thing.
Right? Or like it's like they're using it as a negative word.
Right. Oh my God, but that's so gay,
I don't
bro.
Think they're saying, like, oh my God, that's a homosexual thing. Like, they're really not. And so that's why it's funny that you changed it to homosexual.
No, I love
to kind of like really lean into it.
Really fully send it.
Drive it home.
Because why just say gay when you can say homosexual? And then you can even take it further and be like, oh my God, that's so like men sleeping with men. Like what do you want me to what do you want me to say? Like no, I will, like, it's fine. Like, that's such a fun thing to say.
My favorite is that we put out, or Tyler made a clip that said, like, people are so easily offended. And then what did people do on that clip? They got easily offended. I was like, driving it home, baby. Drive it home. TikTok is a cesspool.
No, TikTok's
hell
scary.
That I don't understand.
No, TikTok is actually on scary.
There scrolling and looking at videos of people dancing or recipes, I could see it being an okay place.
Yeah.
If you're putting content out of any kind, you've entered a realm.
Scary. No, it's scary. Like even
that, especially a new page. I feel like because it's
a new page is even scary because like they just automatically like you're just getting so much hate.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like TikTok after it like had that little ban and then came back is like it's so much more hate filled. It's so much more hateful.
They like it. That's what they want. The fact that every single one of our I'd say 9 out of 10 posts have been restricted, even ones without. Like I said, there's girls in lingerie doing lives and our posts restricted because of opinions. Anything that is centrist or even like slightly conservative leaning that's not more liberal is immediately restricted. The one I just posted, the one that you posted of JonBenet.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. That got 350 views and got restricted. It had like 5 reposts, 5 saves.
Crazy.
And I was like, people are reposting it. And then boom, I was like, it stopped at 350. And I feel like 300's where you got restricted.
Right.
because our others are like 4,000. You know what I mean? And for a new page that has like 40 followers, immediately they take it off the For You page.
Right.
And I was like, why?
Yeah, no, that's so weird.
Because they consider it conspiracy.
Yeah. Oh, and just to clarify, guys, what the post she's talking about is it literally is just a post that says that John Bonet, Ramsey's dad. If you don't know who John Bonet is, she's the little like toddler in tiara.
Yeah.
That
she did pageants,
murdered in her own home.
Yeah. Very many years ago.
Many years ago. But
never solved. Case never solved.
Unsolved, even though people have their opinions.
Almost unsolved is Casey Anthony. But
that one's crazy.
Saying.
But she allegedly, I guess because we have to say allegedly, her dad is related to Ghislaine Maxwell, who is...
And did legal work.
And did legal work for it. Yeah, and there's proof and there's pictures that they've been associated together. And if you don't know who Ghislaine Maxwell is, if you know who Jeffrey Epstein is, she's like his right hand man. But we are
restricted yet again.
Exactly.
But
so it's like anytime you go down those
now, with that being said, I didn't even research what you said, but was there like a little now?
No, I did. I just saw. Okay. Sorry, I'm
so
easily distracted.
There was pictures, and of course the comments, because I have to investigate, are like, oh, AI, blah blah blah, and then they said no, it was proven that it wasn't altered, it wasn't AI. Right. This is a picture that is authentic, and it's been proven by many people. So do what you want with that information.
Yeah.
Do what you want with that information.
But
the child was already being exploited.
100%.
So,
well, I will, because I've told you before the story, because I used to do pageants when I was really little. Did I tell you that before?
No.
Oh, for real? Girl.
Which checks out, because
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So when I was like 3, maybe 4 years old, I was in this pageant in downtown Chickasha, Oklahoma, called the Little Miss Daisy Duke contest.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, first of all, like,
sounds cute too.
It sounds adorable, but it's also like, come on, we know what Daisy Duke does.
I know.
Like
why are we already sexualizing children
I'm
yet
poor.
Again? Yeah.
Right. So I go do this pageant. I'm like a cute little kid. I have like super like innocent. Long hair. I'm very sweet. I've always liked like to put on a performance. Like I love it. Right. I get second place. Cool. Whatever. My grandma and I are leaving. And I'm in the front seat of the car. Don't judge my grandma for that. She loved me very much.
Hey, back then, people
I would not get in the back seat of the car. No, I mean, and she was. Yeah. And I'm fine. But so I'm buckled into the front seat, and my window's down because I like to have the window down. Yeah. Well, we stop at a stop sign, like right at the edge of like where you would park, and a literal grown man comes and tries to pull me out of the car. Like I'm strapped in. Like if I hadn't been strapped in, he would have. Maybe. No, I mean, more or less, my grandma got out, beat him with the umbrella. Cops got called. It was this whole thing. But like, I literally was almost kidnapped. Like fresh after a pageant like that, because there are
he was watching.
Men like he was watching. Oh, he was watching, and I also think that's the reason why my grandma was like, "We need to go," because I was like, "Oh, I'm having such a fun time," and she's like,
"She probably saw lurking,
yeah,
gross men,
exactly,"
which is absolutely horrifying, because that is like small baby
scary,
children.
But that kind of stuff happens, and it's.
We've already talked about the porn industry and how that's why they made Pornhub illegal.
And it starts so young. Well, no, they made Pornhub. Oh, yeah, I told you. Because they literally had to take down like 90% of the content. Like
men will literally be like, no.
Yeah.
They're not underage. And it's like, underage is considered, like 16-year-olds can look older.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean,
but there are.
But
I'm
saying like in the forefront. There is, yeah.
There are
in the forefront. The 16, 17-year-olds, that's what we mean by underage, where they can kind of pull off that. Well, are they like, I don't know, they look young, but they're probably 18. In your head, you're hoping and praying.
Right.
But I mean, or you can just not even partake in it, and your life will be better. But
like, I think like 90% of the content was literally verified, proven to be videos of actual crimes, and not consensual.
Oh,
like, Berkeley breaks into my house. Yeah, no, like it was actually someone actually breaking into someone's house and actually assaulting them. Like that was so like
gross.
Yeah, it's like, it's so crazy because it went on for so long. And do you know the only reason that they stopped? Do you know why they pulled them off? Because people sued Visa and MasterCard, the credit card companies, and the credit card company said, we're no longer affiliated with Pornhub, and that was because Pornhub couldn't get money anymore. Oh my God. And that's why they took all those videos down. I'm surprised
they didn't find a way, because they're so hungry.
I mean, I think I think it was Visa and MasterCard. It might have been Discover, one of them. But like, I mean, you could still use Amex, which is weird because isn't that the card that you...
Okay, you remember when they were going to ban OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm. And I wish they had.
And it just like went away.
Right.
Like that thing, that like
right.
idea just went away. Like it was, people were panicked.
Right.
They were like, oh my God, am I going to have to work? Am I
Yeah.
going to have to get like a job that requires my brain?
Right.
Like, I don't know what to do.
Well, I think that's like a huge part of the problem, like where we're at in society in general, is that so many kids want to be, and like, obviously we're sitting here doing a podcast, guys. I have a full-time job. Heather also has a full-time job. Like, we're not like, we're
going to
yeah.
make it rich.
Yeah.
That just like would be a bonus. Like,
no,
you know,
exactly.
Like Tyler
like,
didn't plan to
right.
ever like monetize.
No,
and
but
then
we
it
like
did.
to have these conversations, and I want to contribute also.
Right.
And I feel like these conversations are a contribution.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what? Like, we're okay. I think, let me rephrase that. I'm not okay, but I accept
right.
that the silent majority agree with what we're saying,
right?
But they keep quiet because they're
Right.
afraid to agree,
right?
And the loud minority is loud as fuck.
Yeah,
they want to make it known. However, I know what's out there, and I know all the
Right.
private messages we get,
Right.
and the oh yeah, you know, I totally agree,
Right.
or
oh yeah, literally there's not a singular person in my actual life that hasn't been like, oh my gosh, like I watch these videos, your little podcasts, like you're so funny, I agree with everything you say,
but
like,
they won't say that.
No, and they don't
which is
they don't
okay,
put it on the internet,
which
and
is
that's
okay,
fine, but
it'll happen. I know there's some out there that will, and I have some friends that will, but you know, maybe
right. Maybe also comment on our stuff if you're
right. Like, don't be
listening
scared.
right
Don't be
now.
scared. We'll back you up.
Yeah, no,
I'm really good at clapping back.
No, she is really good at clapping back, and I am eventually, I'll clap back.
Here's the thing: is I won't clap back at everything, and sometimes I do it just
No.
for fun.
Oh yeah,
but
if it's
when
silly.
I clap back, it's good.
Yeah, it
You
is.
guys should go check it out. It's good.
No, she is.
It's like Tyler said, I made him laugh really hard at one of them.
I do read through
The
them.
one that said they should put tariffs on podcast equipment. He's like, hey, that comment was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? And if they did, that's okay. We can afford it. It's
Yeah.
okay. You can't because government assistance doesn't pay for podcast equipment.
It doesn't.
I was like,
Sorry.
so that's why people like, you don't have podcasts. No problem.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
okay. We got it though.
Exactly.
Even if they did put tariffs, like,
Right.
really? Did we really go there?
I mean,
Like,
did you guys? No, I'm not going to get into politics, but like literally, actually, just watch a news. What any? Like
I
do a smidge of research. Literally,
a
just
smidge.
Google.
No, they can't
Just
because that goes
a
against.
Google search.
They can't
Yeah.
because there might be like an opposing fact
Right.
that will show that they're wrong, and they cannot handle that. So they're just going to be like, "I saw this part of the information, so that's all that matters."
Right.
The other part, kind of like we were talking about Dr. Fauci, like. He has videos and lots of interviews and is admitted saying the best defense is getting a virus. This is that and all the above. And then when so they chose to ignore that, but him saying like, go get this vaccine.
Right.
They chose to listen to that.
Right.
So how come that fact that he
Right.
still stands by
Right. Is different in this
went
scenario.
away? Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just pick and choose
Exactly.
that you trust this person with your life. What information, because it doesn't fit what you
because
need.
you're changing the story, it's going back and forth, and that's what, and honestly, that's one of the things that I hope to like. Not that I plan on being like a major like source of information about what's going on in the world, like nothing like that. But like I do want like the things that we say obviously to have validity and like
for sure,
like stuff like that, like. But
and there's been times where I'm like, I'm not sure if that's right. Like,
yeah,
if I don't know the facts, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I do.
Yeah, and that's why I say allegedly. And that's why I use sarcasm. Guys, if you can't read my sarcasm, like, it's so easy. It's so easy. Like, would someone really say that?
Right?
Me? I would.
I mean, yeah.
I
but,
would say it, but like, listen to what I'm listen, you know?
They can't.
These
They
are
can't because
listening.
they want to be angry and they want to be dense and they want to just not have fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's
Yeah.
okay.
And
I
it's
just
totally fine.
what do I always say that really enrages people? I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you.
They're like,
and I do. And I've been praying a lot recently. I feel like
the spiritual war is
spiritual warfare has
rampant
been
right now.
Crazy right now. Like, honestly, like, like, I don't want to get too far into anything, but like, it's been crazy. Like, literally, like, I feel like I am on such a like spirit. Oh, okay. I'll say this. I have decided to partake in another journey of celibacy.
Love it.
Yeah, because I literally was just like having a moment and like, you know, praying and crying and just, you know, being with the spirit for a second. And I was like, why do I feel like I have to prove that I'm good at something that I know that I'm good at just so that I could see if someone's willing to love me?
Well, and you like, I think you even
Right.
made a post once that said like you're exchanging
Right.
like
It's energy. It's like very
and connecting
like,
with that person. And well, I think people that are healed do.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't
right.
know. I don't
and
know.
I totally, because the reason that I can see the other perspective is because I have a really like one of my high school best friends, when she was a sophomore, she got really sick and had like severe brain damage.
Whoa.
And so she was very, very, very mentally ill, and the only way that she could feel a connection with a person was if a physical
Like
connection.
yeah,
but it was literally because like she had brain damage. It wasn't because like she was like so, and plus like a lot had happened to her and she was like really spiraling.
Trauma.
Well, now
Physical and mental trauma.
exactly, so much. Like it's not my place to say like everything that's happened to her, but like a lot, and it's been crazy. But now she's in a much more healed space in her life, a much more like well, I mean, her brain damage isn't as severe anymore. She's done years and years and years of healing. I mean, we graduated over 10 years ago, so like, and she doesn't have the desire anymore. She doesn't
Isn't
have the
that
desire.
interesting?
Isn't it crazy? Yeah. Isn't
like
it wild?
healed like the physical
Right.
and mental damage to the actual brain,
Right.
and doesn't feel the need to
Exactly. And I try to say this to my friends all the time, like, because I know that like I'm a very like,
mind you,
what
that's
is
the
that?
that's
Oh,
the jellyfish.
I was like, what is that? Okay, go off, jellyfish.
So if you could hear that vibrating sound, that's our little floating living jellyfish.
Yeah, they're definitely alive. PETA's gonna come for us.
Yeah, that's fine. We keep them in their little shell. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. Yeah, they'll live. But like the whole point of it is like you like sharing your body with someone just because like honestly, girl, go buy a toy. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Anything, or
no,
just
literally,
like control your urges.
yeah, like there's the just breathe. You know, it's really like
It's
it sounds
mental.
stupid, but
It really is.
mental.
It's mental. Yeah.
You just have to like not do the action. Like, and then eventually it does get a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, and then honestly, like, you know, you're saving so much sleep. You're going to look younger. You're going to feel better about yourself. Like, honestly, like once you get to the space where you're like, because when you're there, you're feeling like you need that validation, and you need that like, oh, well, and some people are like, oh, well, I just want to feel good. It's my body. I want to do what I want with it. And great. Awesome. But you have to know what you're doing with it.
Right.
Like,
well, here's where I stand with that is when you're doing that, like you're saying for the validation, like I imagine the anxiety of like when you're kind of just doing with a bunch of guys or randoms, it's like, this one didn't call me back, or this one didn't text me. Like that's got to be so stressful and like not enjoyable.
At your like
and
self-worth.
Right.
Like,
and here's the thing, guys, like I have seen men and women be with some questionable creatures. So it doesn't show you your worth, because there are men that risk it all, have a smoke show like wife, and risk it all for like,
yeah.
There's men that risk it all for like a hooker prostitute, like crackhead prostitutes.
Jay-Z
they're paying.
cheated on Beyonce.
Yo,
you know, like
that
stuff
fool
like that.
is
like,
a fugly motherfucker.
Who hasn't gotten cheated on? Taylor Swift's gotten cheated on. Sydney Sweeney's gotten cheated on. Sabrina Carpenter's gotten cheated on. Like
and Jay-Z is
Rihanna.
an ugly fuck.
Oh yeah, I am not a fan of the appearance of Jay-Z. I'll say that. I
don't
like to look at
also,
it,
but like he makes me ill too.
Oh
yeah.
Let's,
but like they
not even
all
get into
cheat.
that.
Hi, Gwen Stefani.
Right, with the babysitter.
What?
Which is like insane, because not only is that like a weird power
She
play,
is
like
gorgeous and like smart, and
she's
like what?
And she
now
ain't no holla back girl, you know.
I mean, isn't it bananas? So see what we did there?
That was really funny.
But like, imagine she ends up with Blake Shelton, right? Mm-hmm. Total fucking opposite of Gavin Rosdell. Like opposite.
No, quite literally.
And she is happy as can be. He treats her like a queen.
Yeah. Oh, well, Blake Shelton lives in the town that my sister lives in.
Really?
Yeah. In the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
It's
country boy.
Yeah.
But like, it's just crazy how that played out.
It is.
And I remember always looking at them and being like, oh, they're such like a rock star, like power couple.
Well, I mean, they seemed like
it.
Yeah.
They seemed like it.
And that's the thing. That's why, like, I just feel like.
Didn't it come out that soccer player?
Cristiano Ronaldo?
No.
Messi?
No. White guy. English? He's like famous.
Oh, David Beckham.
Didn't he cheat on
Victoria Beckham?
I swear. Look it up.
Hold on. I'm looking that up. Hold on.
Stand by while we do some research.
Because
I swear I saw a thing that he cheated on her.
Did David Beckham?
Or something happened. I know they were having problems with their kids. And their kids were saying they have a really toxic relationship. And the same thing happened with the kids of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, I think.
Oh, probably.
But am I wrong?
It says David Beckham has consistently denied allegations of his infidelity.
But there's allegations.
Yeah.
Who
Rebecca Luce, who worked as his personal assistant.
She's saying she had an affair with him.
Correct.
And I mean, that does happen. People do that to famous people. They'll allege sexual affairs, even non-consensual, to try to get money. And
yeah, it's insane. It says that Rebecca still stands by her side of the story.
Wow.
So
even she
crazy. But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, okay, so
that's what I'm saying. Just so you're not being validated.
No, it doesn't. But
I
that's
promise.
The thing. Like, when, like, it literally, okay, it actually has nothing to do. Like, that man, it has nothing to do with you. The reason that he's there. Like, sure, you are a wet hole.
100%.
And that's all he cares about. And then so we're getting offended.
And obviously we're talking about in instances where it's not a relationship. It's literally like a hookup or
like a random hookup, situationship, random stuff like that.
Have you seen Bridesmaids?
Yes, but it's been a long time.
Do you remember like the main character?
Well, I know all the characters. Yes,
it's like my favorite movie.
Okay, maybe
so I'm not trying to sound like I'm also.
You're like, well,
yeah, because that story. Not that part, but you know how she has like her fuck buddy, I guess you can call it. But she's always like, so do you want to go to this wedding with me? And he's
all, no, I know what you're talking about.
She's all, no, I wouldn't want that either. Okay.
LOL.
But like, she always feels like shit after.
Right.
Every single time.
Right.
But he's like making her feel so good when they're together.
Yeah.
But then she finds her Tyler.
Yeah.
And that's why that movie fucks me up, because I'm just like, he's literally, he's a cop. And it's just like, I'm like, that's my story.
Oh my gosh.
But except for, like I said, minus that random guy. But just like, you know, having your life be like, ugh.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And that's what I was saying. Like, that guy doesn't care about you
at all.
There's nothing that you can do or say or change no, it's him. He's the problem. And you will consistently over and over try to be like, we can fix this. Well, you've done everything you can.
Right.
Like, either he fixes it or nothing gets fixed.
Right. Or you're not the person he wants to be with.
And
like, except that he doesn't want to be with you.
Exactly.
Like, the whole old saying, if he wanted to, he would.
Because he would.
Like, if he wanted to be with you, you're not gonna like dye your hair pink.
Let me tell
and he's
you,
like, I love pink hair, so I'm gonna be with you now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not gonna give a fuck.
Exactly. No, because actually, what's crazy? One of my there's a person that I dated before, and he actually like would he would never let me dye my hair crazy because he liked to cheat on me with girls with crazy hair.
Because so then that would take away
it would take exactly. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
And there's women out there too, so this is not an anti-man conversation.
No. This is just like the I'm sorry, I don't know.
This is our experiences when we're sharing things.
I'm a woman.
Our experiences. Yeah,
I'm a woman, so I don't know what it's like to be a man.
God, it's so sad we have to even like say those things or clarify them.
Like, come on, like I'm not in the anti-man club. Like, I'll probably marry a man.
There's just as many fucking shitty women, dude.
Yeah, like it's pretty even, actually.
Like the fact, so
no, actually, let me tell you, it's pretty fucking even.
It's pretty even.
Like
it's pretty even.
They act kind of the fucking
It might
same.
even be worse. Like, let me tell you, like when people are like, somebody said something on Instagram today, because people like to stereotype cops. People like to stereotype everybody. I stereotype people. I mean, sorry, but.
I like it.
And some of the stereotypes are because they do that. And a lot of cops do. Like, there's a lot of domestic violence. There's a lot of stress in the job. There's a lot going on. But there's a lot of infidelity. And there's this whole thing with nurses.
Right.
So it's these nurses are just as bad as these cops. When they walk into the hospital, these nurses just about drop their pants. Not saying all of you nurses, calm the fuck down, but it is very common.
Happen.
Oh,
yeah.
All the time.
mean, I told you about my friend that got injured and then the nurse. Yeah, while he was injured.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
that's
even with patients, so they're just as bad. It's just as bad. Cops. Like, let's be real. So nobody's saying that it's just men, but that's our experiences with men. So
unfortunately, be like that. But then that's the thing. So to bring it all back full circle, if you make him wait, you will almost immediately be able to tell whether or not he's a fuckboy, because they're not willing to wait. They're like, no, let's do this.
And if they're an extreme fuckboy, they might wait a little bit.
Well,
let me tell you,
a week.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, like a week.
I saw that game.
Yeah.
I saw that game with an ex that would leave and then be this like saint of a man for these other girls and put on this act and show and wait and I'll do anything, like I'll even change my beliefs, I'll change my style, I'll change everything.
They're pick-me's?
Yeah. So I'm like, who the fuck is that?
No, literally. I actually, no.
And of course they're like, oh my God.
Right. They're like,
God.
he's the best thing ever.
And then like, what do I see like 2 months later when he's knocking at the door begging to come back?
Literally.
There's like posting on Instagram, messaging me, always find me.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that motherfucker. And I'm like, duh. Like, don't.
I can't believe he's talking to you again. I can't believe he would try.
Well, no. And then they're mad because they're like, he fucked me over. He wasn't what he said he was. And I was like,
girlfriend, I tried to tell you.
I tried.
I literally tried to tell you.
Not my problem. And that's the thing, is there are men that aren't going to do that shit to you.
No, there are like lots of great men. Like I even know.
Remind me after that thought, because the ADHD is so bad. Like when we do this, that the thoughts come.
Yeah.
So
you
remind
have one.
me. Yeah.
You have one written.
It's about
I
that.
was gonna say, like, I know so many really good men now in my life.
100%.
Like, I didn't before, but then also I started aligning myself with good people, and then bada boom, bada bing. Good
it
people,
happens. It happens.
Other good people come in. Yeah.
Feeling good with yourself. Like
there are even and I even know a few men in my personal life that I know they don't like me, but they're still good men.
No, everybody likes you. Everybody likes me.
Everybody loves me. I'm the best. No one's ever hated me ever in my life.
And this is one of those sarcasm cues. Okay.
Crickets.
So,
no.
Yeah. So I didn't get in a debate because I don't like to do the whole like commenting hate or anything on people's posts. In fact, I don't really like to comment a whole lot, but if there's something that's really calling to me, like I felt like I had to on this one.
Right.
And it was a woman, I guess, girls sounds kind of, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Who her husband had an affair.
Okay.
Got her pregnant.
Okay.
They split, but then decided, she was like, so her whole post was him getting baptized. Okay. And she said, thank you, God, that saved our marriage and, saved my husband. And now we can live our life, even though he has a child out of wedlock with somebody else. I love that child.
Right.
And we're all close, and even the mom. And, I thought, wow, okay, not for everybody.
Right.
Not for everybody. Not judging.
Right.
I was not judging. I was saying what I feel, which is I could not do that.
Right.
And so I felt called to comment because she again, no hate or judgment. She was sharing her story,
Right,
which is
exactly.
fine. But I felt called. And
Right.
that's when I go, fuck, I have to, because that's
Right.
discernment and something's telling me to do that.
Right.
It's like almost bringing tears to my eyes because I commented and I said, it takes strength what you did, but sometimes it takes more strength to leave.
Right. Right.
And the response and comments that I got, like I said, it's like bringing tears to my eyes,
Yeah.
were like, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And this is not one of those, we got in a fight, I'm leaving, like we talked
No,
about in our last
no.
episode. Everybody wants to leave.
No,
this
that
is
is
like,
not,
you're getting
yeah.
cheated on, abused.
He had a baby on you.
Right. Which, you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Fine. That's
Right.
fine. It happens. And I know people
Right.
that do it and that they are successful in the end.
Right. Yeah.
More
know
power to
people
you.
Are capable of
Yes.
change. It is.
Yes,
I've changed.
100%
so much,
capable.
so-
Oh, 100%
Yeah.
I've
literally
changed.
not
I know for a
anything like I
fact
used to
Tyler
be.
has changed. He tells me all the time. He's
Yeah.
like, I didn't know that I even wanted to change until you, because
Yeah.
it made me a different man. It made me
Right.
want to be a different man. And that's the thing, is like, I didn't say you need to change, or
Right.
he was changing for me.
Right.
He wanted to do certain things.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I commented that, and then she said, yeah, I agree. This is my journey. Like, it wasn't a hateful thing,
Yeah,
exchange. And she was like, I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm glad when you left, it worked out for you. Cause I said, I'm just so grateful for my husband now, that there's no healing that has to come with that.
Right.
And there's no, like, forgiving. I mean, I
Right.
know we're gonna have to
yeah.
forgive it, but I'm talking about, like,
but
infidelity.
Not that. Like, that's what I think that there's such like a misconception about, because the people that are like, okay, like, I understand vows. I understand the significance of it when
Yes,
you get married.
yes,
Like,
yes.
I understand, like, you are coming before God and you are declaring, no matter what, like, this is my person,
Yes.
right? Yeah, but okay, like, God doesn't like his children to suffer. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like not his thing. He's like, love or whatever. So, if you're getting constantly mentally, emotionally, physically, even psychologically abused on a regular basis, that's not that your partner has already like
Showing,
voided
and that
their
could
vows.
be
Yeah.
like, something that my therapist, who's a very spiritual woman, would tell me, is that sometimes when you look at it in a different perspective, like, God is showing you things that you need to not ignore.
Right.
There could be a whole other side of why these things are happening. And it's not because you need to be the ride or die. There's
Yeah.
a difference between ride or die and literally
right. There should be
settling
no
to
dying.
So here's the
none.
problem, is I felt like there was a little bit of glorifying, and I felt like she was saying, like, stick it out, God will fix everything. And I disagreed with that, but I said,
Yeah.
I'm not judging. I didn't say
Right.
you're wrong.
Right.
I just said that. And a lot of people were being hateful. They were like,
Yeah.
girl, you're just fucking making excuses for this fool that cheated on you. Like,
Right. Yeah.
And then some people were like, you're so strong. And,
Right.
and I said, I made it very nice thing. And then she said, when you left, I'm glad it worked out for you. And I said, well, I didn't leave. And I couldn't leave it at that. I said, I didn't leave. I said, I waited, almost 9 years
Right.
in torment
Right.
of waiting for that change to find
Right.
God, to find anything at that
Right.
point.
Yeah.
And I said, I didn't leave. He unalived himself in front of my 3.5-year-old and myself. So
Yeah.
no. And I said, and I wonder, had I left for good,
Right.
not that we would be together still, but had I left for good, like not
Right.
coming back,
Right.
would he have said, this is rock bottom, I'm going to get help?
Right.
Would he have done that anyways? Probably,
Right.
because he was
Yeah.
so far gone. But
Well, yeah.
would have something changed? So I was trying to share the perspective of staying through it all is not always
Right.
strength.
Right. Right. Right.
Can it be? Can it work out? Yes. I'm not saying it can't, but don't confuse it with, I'm so strong for staying and putting up with all of this.
Right. Right. Because at some point you have fully taken on the victim role.
Yeah. Now
and that's
it's like,
what you want to live in.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and I say that because I was there. Like, you've been there. I've been there. Like, we've all been there. Like, where it's like, yeah, well, okay, I can stick through this. I can stick through this. Well, I just know that
It's gonna get better.
It'll
It's
get
gonna
better.
change.
And like, I know he can change and I know all of this stuff. But like, then years go by and nothing is different and everything is still the same, but you're just so much more attached to this person. The only thing that I think,
it's a cycle. Now you're in a huge cycle.
Exactly. And the only thing that I think would have been different had you been able to walk away sooner is that you would have suffered a little less. I don't think anything about him would have changed. I don't think he would have done anything different.
And it's one of those like, we'll never know, because some people are like, maybe he would have,
maybe.
Then you're going to be like, oh my God, it was my fault.
Right.
Like, you don't know.
You never know.
So, God planned it all the way he did. And it doesn't mean that, I'm like, oh, yay.
Yeah.
But it's how it happened.
Exactly.
It's how it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm, the whole next episode, we're going to really dive into that. And I'm going to explain everything that happened.
Right.
So trigger warning, I'm going to put out a video before we do it. And I'm going to give you all trigger warnings.
Right.
And if you don't want to watch, or people that know our story or know either of us that do not want to hear about it.
Right.
I am going to respect family members and other people and not say anything about their story or part in it. Right. I am going to share my story, which I have a right to do.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, anybody who wants to hear about it, it's really horrific. Yeah. So be prepared for that. Yeah. But on a lighter note, but so her story was her story, and that's fine. Yeah. Again, I'm not judging. Right. I know it's out there. Right. I did it.
Exactly.
And that's what I was trying to explain to her. I was like, I left and went back 20 times.
Yeah.
20 times.
Yeah.
Like, at least.
No, literally, at least.
That's and I know you did too.
Oh yeah, girl. We broke up every day.
Like every day.
Every
that's
day.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, and what I was just trying to say is that there is out there not having to do that.
Yeah. And like that's the thing about it for me is like, after I like, because I'm not like a relationship hopper. Like we broke up. I tried the thing. It's not really my thing, and I've been like dating or dating apps specifically. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. It was horrendous. Anyways,
I can't imagine.
And then, but after that, I've basically been like pretty single ever since. I've tried to date a couple people, but it's just not like, the thing about it is it's like, once you're free from that type of thing, like, you will not set like, and I mean truly free from it.
Truly free from it. Truly free. I was single until Tyler.
Yeah, exactly. And I have been like, I mean, except for that like one little 2-month thing that was crazy, but I've been single ever since. And honestly, like, I will not settle for somebody that is not going to treat me like I deserve. And I mean that not in like the way of like, I feel like there's a weird thing with girls nowadays and women nowadays where they're like, oh, well, he has to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
he has to make 6 figures. Yeah. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. He needs to take me out every night. Like, that's not what we're saying.
I just want somebody that, has a good heart, is compassionate, kind. Like, I like generosity. I like, who doesn't? But honestly, at the end of the day, I care so much more about like your spiritual character and like who you are as a person than like what car you're driving, where you live, like any of that stuff. Like, and I'm a little shallow. Like, please be cute. Like, I'm like, no,
of course,
please.
No, look, stop. Let's talk about that, because this whole like, not like, oh, I love them for their personality. I'm sorry, that's not going to work. You have to have physical attraction. You have to have physical attraction. There has to be physical attraction. Yeah. My ADHD is so wild because I
just repeated that 6 times.
I can't stop saying something. Like, there was one episode I was like, but do they infiltrate?
Infiltrate.
Do they infiltrate? Do Jezebels infiltrate? But I can't. It's like I hear it and I can't stop. So does anybody else have ADHD? Because I know everybody in the world has it.
No, seriously.
No, but like I actually have it. I think everybody says they have it. No, we really, like do though. Yeah, we really do. But so
yeah, what kind of personality do you do?
It can do a little bit. I feel like that you can grow an attraction more. Like, oh my God, they become even more attractive. Because I can tell you there's been like men that I've been attracted to that became pieces of shit that I was like, oh, you're like ugly. Like, you're like not attractive at all. And I'm just kidding. I've never been attracted to anybody else besides my husband. And he has never even dated. And
I don't think
anybody ever in his life. So
I think he just appeared on Earth.
He appeared on Earth, and his son appeared on Earth.
Right.
With him.
Yeah, they're like, up here.
And then you're like, and I did the same thing. It's fine. Heather. Yeah. Well, like, not according to
some people.
Bing Bong. Who was it? I forget.
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Sorry.
Not according to the fake pages on YouTube,
Yeah.
I'd be going after married men. And let me tell you, married men, I want nothing to do with. And they go after.
No, you're trying to find the most married man.
So
you're going to go after the Pope, Heather. The most unmarried man.
Oh, so
That's
gross.
So funny.
But yeah, the whole like their personality, like, because I know men that have been like, they're like okay,
right,
and then they end up they can't. Their relationship does not last, and vice versa. Women, it's not going to.
Right, and I think it's just more so people needing to be honest about like honest with themselves as well, like. Stop settling for someone just because you're lonely, bro. Like, well, he could shut up.
Will you drink poison because you're thirsty?
Depends on how thirsty. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Will the poison kill you or make you high? That's what it depends on.
That's what I want to know. Wait, what kind of poison? Because technically, Ozempic is like lizard venom. I mean, technically,
give me all of it, baby.
Give me the monster.
I'll turn right into a fucking reptilian.
Yeah,
like
the rest of the government. Sorry, I don't know. Now we're going to reptile
I feel like
government.
Where's Taylor? Taylor, he's one of Tyler's friends, and he
LOL. I was
would be
Swift?
like, no.
Like, who are you talking about? Taylor Lautner?
He would be like, yes, on like half the shit we're saying right now. So. Shout out to Taylor.
It's true. I do. Listen, I'm not saying. Yes, I am. I think lizard people exist. I think they're a part of the government. I think that like aliens are on Earth. Like, what the frick is a RH negative blood type? Like, where did that even come from?
He talks about this stuff.
I'm sorry, but like, you're telling me.
We gotta have him on.
You're telling me, like, okay. When I was a kid, you said anything is possible. And now you're telling me it's not possible. No. Like, come on. I know those lizard people are up there. I know they are with their side blinking eyes. Like,
I know they're,
their eyes blink like this.
Not like this. This way. Our eyes do blink like this.
No, I meant like this. Like,
I said,
oh.
How do people listen to us on Spotify? You have to see.
Yeah.
You have to see the fuckery that goes on here.
Watch us on YouTube. It doesn't matter. Even if you're driving, watch us.
Oh, yeah.
Watch us. Flying a plane. Watch us.
It's totally fine. Riding a motorcycle.
Brain surgeons. At the time of the brain surgery, you will be more successful. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. We originally were going to talk about, speaking of lizard people, and we were going to talk about a little bit about AI and maybe some current events. I don't know. Let's see where the night takes us. Well, how long have we been going? Who knows?
I actually literally have no idea.
We literally don't.
Time isn't real to me.
It's not real.
Obviously, you see, I'm so bad with time because I don't believe in it, but I know that I have to do it because that's what society believes.
I had a friend that used to say time was literally not real.
No, time doesn't exist. Clocks do. Like, that's what I mean.
Right.
Like, it's not, what is time? What was that? A second? What does that even mean?
I was like, what happened? Did she
like,
glitch?
was that a second? Like, I don't understand.
Is she a lizard? Like, she gonna turn into a lizard right now?
What happened during that moment? Nothing. Like,
I got hold please.
Sorry. It just gets to the point. No, but AI. So a little bit touching on that. I had someone add me on Snapchat maybe like 3 days ago.
Are you good?
Well, I should probably have a little.
Come on. Let's turn the label.
Yeah. Sponsor us.
Because we drink this every time, so
yeah, it's actually really delicious. It's like kind of our signature drink.
It's literally our signature drink, pineapple mimosa.
Added me on Snapchat, and so I always like to.
I don't have Snapchat,
but you just don't. The only reason that I have Snapchat is because like my group of friends in high school, we never stopped talking to each other there, so I can't delete it now.
Get that.
Like,
yeah,
I'm old. No, I'm just kidding. So they. And I always go, I'm like, do I know you? And they'll say like yes or no. And I'm like, send me a picture immediately.
Wait,
like,
so
if they say
on
yes.
Snapchat, it's not like,
well, sometimes I think I know them. And so I'll accept the thing. Like if their name is familiar and their icon looks kind of familiar, I'll be like, hey, have we met? Do I know you? And sometimes they'll be like, yes or no, or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, we'll send a picture of you. Okay, well, I always do that because I'm expecting them to send a picture like they took it, right? Okay, well, this guy, random guy, sends a picture. And it says, like, AI generated picture in the top corner. Like it literally was like uploaded photo, like AI generated photo. And I was like,
were you like, are you stupid?
No, I literally said, why does it say AI generated photo in the top corner of your thing instead of blah, blah, blah. And then he blocked me.
He's like, fuck.
He's like, I forgot.
I don't know why you're saying
AI.
he blocked me. It's either, okay, so there's
they
two things.
Blocked me.
It's either a girl
that's
trying to stalk,
or
so like
one of my exes,
somebody's new partner.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. No names. Yeah. Or a guy trying to stalk that doesn't want you to know he's trying to stalk because he also has a new partner.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple options.
Yeah, there's a couple options.
Well, here's what I'll say. At least one of them would not go that far.
And that's what I was going to say is rarely do men go that. They do.
Right.
It does happen. But usually women go that far.
I've had the experience of other people going that far, and the crazy thing about it for me is like I don't do anything like anytime, like, okay, this is just a blanket statement, it's not about anyone in specific. My entire life this totally has been happening. Okay, I promise, cross my heart, pray to God, I have never reached out to any of my exes unprompted.
Duh.
I've only responded. I've never reached out. I've only been like, what do you want?
How could
it's
you
crazy.
Have the lack of, okay, look, now we sound way fucking judgy, but sorry, because I know so many people are going to be like, I definitely was drunk one night and did that.
Well, no. Like, drunk texting an ex, like, okay, it depends. What's the situation? I would a single ex.
Okay. I still don't think I have.
I have a single ex before.
Somebody call me out if I don't think I have. I really don't, because I feel like because I'm a fucking bitch. I feel like my pride is just too, not saying that it's like, oh, you have no pride if you do that, but I'm saying it's my pride as in I'm gonna, like, I will feel like I am like showing, like I want to be like, fuck you, I moved on, like I want to have that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My thing about it is oh my God, it's just as bad.
Well, and
it's
they always reached out to me.
Well, they of course they did.
Retract that statement.
Allegedly.
My
thing about it
many years ago
is that many years ago. So many years ago.
I've never dated anybody else besides my husband.
I think it might have even been a dream. I don't even know. A nightmare.
It was I was floating somewhere. Just kidding. That's demonic astral planning.
I did remember. Okay, so I'm just gonna out myself. Not fully. I'm like, gay.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, whoa. I was like, wait, are we doing this right now? Are you telling me this right now?
No, I'm not gonna tell the whole. No, I'm not gonna say any names or anything like that. But I will say that I have before, like, someone reached out to me.
What if I say a name? Okay, no, I won't. I won't.
LOL. Someone has reached out to me before, and like, I got angry about that. And so I decided what I would do is wait until midnight and then drunk text them.
Oh, when you know they're with her.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was like very much like, hey, like, I appreciate you texting me earlier, and I've been drinking, and so now I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Like, I was like, honestly, I think you're crazy and that's not a good idea, but like, love that you thought about me.
Right.
Like, just something crazy. Like, and I have done that. But that's for a different reason.
That level of petty, I don't hate.
I want them to get caught.
Right. That's like you looking out for the other girl.
Like, get your man, girl.
Like, yeah. Like, girl, he...
No, because when I did
get your man, for sure.
I can't go into detail about that, but just know that anytime I've tried, no, about the other thing I was about to say, just know that anytime I've tried to give a warning, it's never been heeded. Bitches never heed my warnings. Not one warning has ever been heeded. Ever. I'm like, hey, girl, just letting you know, and she's like, not me, and I'm like, okay, like. That's fine.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for these people that made those comments before, which that's all they had to try to say something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And good luck. you better come with fucking receipts that you're not going to have, because I know for a fact there's none.
I actually am not even going to believe you unless you have a video, because
I literally AI. Okay, so let's dive. That's a good transition.
Oh yeah, to AI.
Oh my god, look at how good that was.
You better not come with some AI shit either. I'm putting that immediately in an AI.
I'm fucking checking. I'm cross-referencing. Like, you better show up in person,
right,
and show me some shit.
Exactly. Like, so
AI. I mean, I think everybody knows what that is, right? Artificial
intelligence.
That's not robots. That's artificial intelligence. It's
correct.
Computers. That's
correct.
So it's different. So I was reading today a thing.
Oh, sorry. I have makeup on, so
you don't want to scratch and
I
leave,
don't want to scratch it.
I thought you were just like me and you are crazy and hit yourself.
Oh, well, that too.
That too. A thing about kids, students,
right,
especially, like, is AI cheating?
Yes.
So I was talking to Bradley earlier, my oldest, and he's like, duh, what do you mean? Of course it's cheating. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. It's jellyfish.
I want to touch them, but I know they'll sting me because they're alive and real.
They're alive. So that's it, giving it error.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for like...
No, literally, we're gonna get freaking swatted. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, oh my god, how did
they have real jellyfish in there? I'm like, bro, get over it. You want to be rich like us? Have real jellyfish on your table, then make more money. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
but like, so here's where I need you, because I don't know anything about AI or chat GPT. Because I know AI because when I go to Google, the responses say AI answer. That's the first answer is AI.
Right.
And it knows everything. So that's scary to me.
Yes.
But like, Google is like, okay, it showed websites and it showed, where different references came from. AI just is AI and knows everything, and I don't like it. Yeah. So anyway, but like chat GPT.
First of all,
I love
ChatGPT. Let me tell you that.
I still haven't used it.
Love ChatGPT. But the thing about it is like, you have to know how to ask it questions.
Okay.
So you have to get like kind of specific in the kind of questions that you're asking and like how you like your responses to be. So I like my responses to be in bullet points with references. So I've instructed my ChatGPT that anytime it gives me information, it does. Oh, it does, because
it does.
Hold on.
Like a lot. Like, some people think it's probably great, but I find it terrifying.
It remembers things. Like, it'll go memory updated. Like, so it knows that like because I have some like goals, and I was like, hey, help me figure out a plan for this, blah blah blah. And it'll literally say, since you're looking for blah 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 blah, and you're looking for dinner recipes, I suggest that you do like this, because like last time you said that you have like GERD problems, and so these foods will be like, it's very like, it is almost as if like it's like a person almost.
It's too okay.
This
crazy. Is what I'm talking about.
It's like a
too
personal
realistic.
Assistant.
And here I was laying out, and the bug bites. People probably think I'm like a freak over here. I'm literally like scratching all
ChatGPT
over my body. But okay, what if you were to ask something brutal, like, how do I cut my hand off?
So, what you would have to say.
And how do you know? That was a setup, bitch. But how do
I know?
If you were to ask ChatGPT something fucking brutal, like, what does it say?
So,
and do we need to test it right now?
I mean, we can. I'm gonna
like, is it gonna give me instructions on how to cut my hand off?
How can I cut?
Is that gonna like flag you? Like, what if somebody said, how do I like unalive myself?
Okay, so I said, how can I cut my hand off? ChatGPT said, I'm really sorry you're feeling this way. You're not alone. There are people who truly care about you.
I was gonna say it's probably like, call somebody, get help immediately.
However,
is it gonna call the
no?
We're gonna get a knock at the door.
No, I was just testing a theory. Thank you. Yeah, I say thank you to it just in case they come alive one day.
Okay, right. You have to be on its good side. Also terrifying as fuck.
So
it didn't give you instructions on how to do it.
No.
Okay, so there is guides there. What's it called? Boundaries.
Yeah.
With ChatGPT.
Hold on.
I need to know. Did it tell you to get help? Did it give you like the suicide hotline?
Okay, so the hand cutting thing off is not, but it didn't give me the suicide hotline because I said, hypothetically, if someone wants to cut their hand off, how would they go about doing something like that? And it says, if you can't, it says, I can't help with that. If you're asking for a creative, academic, or historical reason, let me know your goal or the context, and I'm happy to support you constructively.
Okay. Okay, so it recognizes that that's something that it cannot give you instructions on how to do.
Correct. So I just like clicked in historically.
I know people have probably asked it crazy shit.
Oh, no,
I want to know, does that save that in a database? Like, say someone says, I don't even want to say it, but I have to for context purposes. How do I something with
like a child? Like
somebody asking it something really disgusting, which we don't condone. And no, I'm not asking that question. And no, I do not even want you to say it in that. But if somebody does that, does that alert like anybody or like put that in a database? Like it should. It fucking should.
Yeah.
Because if there's people asking questions like that, it should.
Well, I guess it's the same thing. Like then that should also be like in Google already.
Which I think that when you look at that stuff, I think that it can get
I do think it can get flagged. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I'm definitely sure.
I hate it here.
Like I've not asked any questions like that because I'm not like a weirdo, but
no. Well, that's what I'm saying. I bet people do.
But I have asked like drug related questions and it can't give you the answer.
Oh, really?
Unless you ask a very specific way. Because I'm always curious, like when I hear about like, oh, this is a drug, I'm like, oh, what is this?
Will it give you medical advice?
No, it does. Well, no, not medical advice, but it'll tell you like, this is what like the symptoms that you're having, you should contact a doctor. Okay. Here are some like things that it could be like if they're not serious.
Like is ChatGPT ran by something that can be sued? Like it's a company? Like, let's say it gives you that advice and it doesn't say, like, immediately seek emergency and something happens to you and you're like, well, it didn't tell me to call 911.
Yeah. Well, it does do that. It will say that because I
bet it has. Questions. Obviously, whoever created this, is it an app?
Yeah.
Has to have legal teams that are like, you better put disclosures on fucking every answer that you give. In some way.
ChatGPT is developed and operated by OpenAI, an artificial intelligence research and deployment company based in San Francisco, California. Yeah, that's really it. Sam Altman is the CEO.
They've got to have a full legal team that knows.
The company was co-founded in 2015 by Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Greg Brockman.
Oh, puke! Elon fucking Musk!
I can't say this one. Ilya Sutskever.
I knew he was part of it in some way.
John Schulman.
You know what? Unpopular opinion, because there are people that like him. I don't know why. And this has nothing to do with political sides. Because obviously we all know I'm right-leaning.
Yeah.
I
can't stand that man.
He is so
used to
weird.
like him. I can't.
Like him. The fact that X is what it is, I can't stand behind it.
Yeah. I understand. Like,
that's my opinion. I'm not even saying I'm against everything he does. It's just something about him.
I used to like him because I think I'm pretty sure it's public that he's like on the spectrum of some sort,
and
right?
he is very intelligent.
And
not
really
denying
smart.
that.
Right.
Because Tyler's like, he's very smart. And I was like,
no,
I do not deny that.
He's something literally
about
developing
him
rockets. Just like, that's great.
Bothers
the
my
rocket thing though.
I get that feeling in my chest that I'm like
he's evil.
I don't like it.
Allegedly he's a cult leader. Allegedly
he's
in a sex cult. Allegedly.
I mean, he has like 40 kids, so
I mean, yeah, but with numbers and letters in their names.
So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kidding. He's wonderful. He's great.
Well, we love him and support really like him because
we're gonna get shut down.
I was like, wow, look at this, autistic little guy doing the big
doing
one
the thing,
doing
his thing.
Yeah, and I was like, dang, like really anybody can do it. Like that's kind of what it felt at first. Like inspired, even if you're on the spectrum, you can be a billionaire. But then, it's
because we're definitely on the spectrum.
It's when
I've accepted.
I actually think so. I just have this weird hypervigilance. The other day, I was sniffing a wooden airplane trying to figure out what wood it was made out of. I was like,
the ADHD that I have, I think is because it usually coincides with some kind of portion of the spectrum. And like, this is not us like clowning on anybody. Like, this is like, we're fucking serious. So
I think people can look at us and kind of tell.
I mean,
or listen to us.
Yeah.
Listen to us for sure and be able to be like, something ain't right with these bitches.
Right.
Something is or off.
And like, remember how we talked about like we probably should be medicated, but we're not. But that would change us. And Tyler's like, but what will it like help you? And I'm like, no. But what if it changes my personality?
Yeah. Like my thing about
I function just fine.
Yeah, I function decently.
We function fine.
There's like a couple things that I'm like, maybe I could do better at this, but not really for the most part. It's just like,
but who can't do better? Everybody can do better.
Exactly. That's really all it is. Like, so I just think that like there's a couple things like
we're perfect.
I have hyperlexia. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
So hyperlexia is something where you're able to read and comprehend way beyond your capacity at a really young age. So
okay. Oh my God. Is that a spectrum thing? Because Logan has that.
Like so many. It's more common than not.
So we think Logan's very smart.
Yeah.
And that's not like, oh, he's smart, he's on the spectrum, but there's other things.
No. Like it's
the comprehension thing. His therapist was like,
the comprehension thing.
Like when his dad died.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you, Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
The therapist was like, she was like dumbfounded.
Yeah.
She was like, he understands. And she's like, he doesn't just like understand, like, oh yeah, like he understands.
Like
she's
fully.
like, she kept calling him extraordinary.
Yeah.
But he comprehended and reading too. Like
right.
like I told you, when I read him the Bible, I'm like, I'll ask him a question and he remembers and comprehends it. And I'm like,
right. And it's crazy. Like,
I'm like, I have a hard time with that.
So
that was like, when you were young. It started young.
So I could read before I was in kindergarten.
100 since he was like 3.
And I
You're
went
like giving
into
me chills.
kindergarten. No, I went into kindergarten knowing how to write cursive already.
I don't think he could do that.
Well, to be fair, I had 2 cousins that would babysit me all the time. Not at the same time.
Okay.
Both of them were valedictorians in their class.
Okay.
Both of them
So
wanted to be teachers. Both of them, we would always play school.
Okay.
Like,
I'm
so
sure
they taught me.
And I'm sure if somebody taught him, he would, because he picks it up right away. Whatever
I taught myself how to read with a leap pad.
I think he taught himself. Yeah. Okay, so he had a tablet.
When you learn how to sound out words.
He one day started speaking Japanese.
Okay.
Not full blown, but like saying colors
yeah.
and stuff. And he was watching Ryan's World or something, and they taught him Japanese, but he remembered it and knew what each word meant. And I can't remember stuff. Like you hear it once, and I was like, and this is I'm talking like like 3-4 years old.
There's like 4,000 characters. It's not like 26
no.
like in English.
And
there's
I was
4,000.
like,
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot. Yeah.
Like that. Like so. What is that called? Let me write it down.
Hyperlexia.
Because I really think like
I was
not one of those like
grade.
my kid's so smart moments. Like it was like it's like not that it's concerning, but it's
I was in like gifted and talented programs. I was in all of the advanced everything. Like until one day I was like, this is stupid. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But
right. No, because
I was in first grade reading very comfortably at an 8th grade reading level, and then by the time I was in 5th grade, I was already reading at a collegiate reading level, like very, very easily and comprehending it to the point where like
that's the thing, the comprehension, because some kids can read it, but comprehending it is a whole different story.
Right, exactly. Like and then I remember they used to do these tests on me, which was the weirdest thing ever. But like the teacher would have like other people come in and like watch me, because she'd be like, okay, I'm gonna read you this story and then you tell me the story back. And she would read the story. Like I'm not looking at anything, I'm just listening. She'd read the story. I would literally almost verbatim tell her the story exactly the way she told me. Like, and it wasn't like long stories or anything like that, but like a little short story. And then I'd be like, well, blah, 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 blah. And people were like, right. How did you do that? And I was like,
most kids you can talk to or they read something like, and they're like, oh.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. No, like, sure, if they study, like, doesn't mean they're not smart.
Yeah.
Does not mean you're not smart. We're talking about, like, extraordinary. Right. Like, there's something that's not, I don't want to say abnormal, but something that's definitely above and beyond.
Right. And you know, the funniest part to me is everyone always was like, oh, there's no way you could be autistic because you do eye contact. I'm like, no, listen, because let me tell you my eye contact thing. Okay. First of all, I hate doing it, but I know that like because I like to make videos and I like to
Yeah.
make people feel like
Yeah.
I'm listening to them, because I am, but it's easier for me to comprehend what you're saying if I'm not looking at you. But
all
I
the time,
practiced.
like do you notice when I start talking,
Yeah.
I'll look over here
Yeah.
or I'll literally look at that light switch.
Right.
Like I kind of look away.
Right.
But I'll look at you when you're talking because
Right.
I do think that's a sign of respect.
Exactly.
You know, like if you were sitting on your phone the whole time while I was talking,
yeah, that'd be like,
I find that super rude and disrespectful,
Right,
right? Like I'd be
exactly.
like, Tessa, do you care what I'm saying, or are
And
you
I'd be
just
like,
like
"No,
so above
no."
me
Yeah.
that you're okay with,
Right.
looking at your phone while I talk?
Exactly.
Because there are people that do that. They do that all the time.
Yeah, and I'm like,
It's crazy, especially on a podcast. Like, really? Would you do that on a podcast
the whole time. Wait,
or
are
like
we talking
a
about
live
someone?
show?
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, that'd be fucking crazy.
I feel like this show is about somebody right now.
I don't know. It's fucking
That's
crazy
funny.
though.
That's hilarious, actual. But yeah, hyperlexia, and it like you learn, you have a really, really, really high reading comprehension level, and then
Was there other things? I'm like,
Well,
I'm
I also
diagnosing
have-
Logan right now.
I also have like a very like extreme sense of justice. Like, I don't like when people are mistreated. I cannot stand it when someone that can't defend themselves
I'm like-
is like, and it's like,
and I think that's the thing of
and
ADHD as well.
Yeah. And let me tell you, like at my job, like anyone can tell, like the managers hate to see me coming because I'm like, you, first of all, like I cannot stand when people are lying to people and manipulating
like,
people and like all of
girl.
this stuff. And I will literally be like, you're not going to speak to me that way. You're not going to treat me
No.
that way. You're not going to lie to
We
me that
can't handle
way.
it.
You're not going to do that, because now that I'm a grown up and I can stand up for myself, because when I was younger, well, my family is a whole bunch of like criminals and drug addicts and all this stuff.
Oh, you
and
know.
they would be doing things that are wrong.
Run
and
of
I'm
the
like,
mill.
I'm going to have to call the police on you. Like,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going to have to call the police.
See, where
like,
I have that loyalty where I'm like
no,
I
I
draw the
wouldn't.
line there. Yeah.
I wouldn't, but I would tell my mom. I would go, the things that you're doing are illegal.
right, like you wanted to say like
And I'm
they're
like,
wrong.
and I know
Yeah.
that I'm supposed to call the police on you, but you're my mom. Like,
Right.
and I can't call the police on my mom.
Right, like it bothered you. Where some
Right,
people can just be
right.
like, oh, whatever, you're an idiot.
They're just gonna do whatever. Yeah.
Like me, and I'm like that too.
Mm-hmm.
And one of Tyler's friends, Mike, his wife,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about that, how it's like we can't like we're physically not okay, like
Right.
almost like can't sleep at night because
Right.
of it type thing. And there was times where I had a discernment about certain people or
Right.
things, and like I would tell Tyler, or like I was like I need, like I'm not okay until like
Right.
you understand this or
Right.
you see this, or
Exactly.
like the justice is served type thing.
Right.
Which is, I can understand why families that have like something really horrific happen to them, like don't stop, like cold cases. There's
Right.
like that sister that like doesn't stop for 30 years. She's
Right.
like, I'm going to
No, I understand it.
And she's like doing her
100%.
own investigation.
Yeah.
And like gets it handled.
Yeah.
I saw one where I watched, it was a mom that gave her daughter up for adoption. Into the Fire. Netflix.
That sounds familiar, but
On my first surgery, I had 2 surgeries, but my first surgery, I watched that and some of the Ruby Franke thing. I can't with her, but
I'm sorry, like
like,
it would be damn near impossible for me not to black out and beat the shit out of that woman.
fucking A.
I don't, like I'm being so for real. Like, I'm not generally a violent person, but like when you're gonna hurt, well, kids is my number one. I'm like, you don't hurt kids.
Absolutely.
You don't hurt animals. You don't hurt elderly people.
No.
Be so freaking for real.
Be so for real. When I saw the old man call the cops when the little boy came to their door, and he's telling them,
Yeah.
and he starts to cry. I'm like,
No, literally.
And
I'm
they
like-
start talking about how they found the kids with duct tape around wounds that she put cayenne pepper and lemon on. You fucking bitch.
No.
And you're going to
literally
use some kind of like religious conviction to say, no, fuck you.
No, 'cause that's
you're a
not
piece of fucking psycho shit.
You're crazy.
And you're fucking lesbian lover that
Right.
you
Right.
call your
You
friend and therapist.
literally
you guys
are a
had some sick,
lesbian.
weird fucking relationship.
A lesbian. Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. and
and
you're
to
disgusting.
shame other people and to like make them like.
I was mad at her husband at one point because I was like, why didn't you like what the fuck?
Yeah.
But he got found not involved in anything. But also like, what are you doing? Why aren't you like fighting for these kids?
Why aren't you around your kids?
Like what? You're just gonna let her psychotically take them to some compound with some fucking psycho lady?
Yeah, no freaking way,
dude.
That would never happen.
But this chick, she gave her daughter up for adoption. She was young. But she never stopped thinking about her daughter. It wasn't one of those like, fuck you, hit the bricks.
Yeah.
Her daughter was murdered. She found out about it.
Right.
She did not stop. She did her own investigation on her murder. And dude, she solved it.
That's
hold on.
insane.
What do you need, honey?
I'm just gonna say hi.
Hi, baby. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Where's bruv?
I think he's in the kitchen.
Okay, go. Do you need him?
No?
Okay. Go get bruv. That's my 6-year-old. My husband's
adorable.
at his studio. He has a full studio doing some editing, and my 19-year-old son is here, so it's not like my 6-year-old's just wandering around out there by himself.
Yeah.
But he sounded like he got scared. Like I know him, but so so her motherly instinct. She kept saying her daughter's body was never found. Okay,
yeah.
You got to watch this.
I will watch it.
Into the Fire.
I'm
watch it
very
on Netflix,
interested.
dude.
Yeah.
It's good. So should I not tell you?
Oh, I'm gonna. No matter what,
You're gonna watch
true
it?
crime.
It's
So,
true crime. But
yeah.
literally, she was like, she's in their backyard. So she had a step. Was she Yeah, she was adopted. Her adopted family ended up being, I think the father ended up being abusive. I'm trying to remember now. But anyway, she was like, I know it was him.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't have any evidence. So then
Right.
she started like stalking this family.
Yeah.
Like, I think she even got the cops called on her because they were like, it's harassment. She was
Yeah.
like, no, motherfucker, it was you. And then they said, they turned around and were like, you gave her up. Fuck you. You're nothing. And she
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm her mom.
Right.
I'm still her mom.
Yeah. Like.
And she's like, that doesn't mean you can
yeah.
kill my daughter.
Right.
So, and this is, mind you, this is like 20 years later.
Yeah.
This is like years later.
Yeah.
And she kept saying she's in their backyard. And they even searched the backyard, didn't find it. She's like, no. She got an aerial view. She hired private she like did the whole thing. You have to, and it shows the whole thing in lifetime.
Yeah.
Her like literally like walking around their property. Like, I don't think she entered their property because you can't.
Yeah.
But there was like an aerial view and she goes, she's right there. She literally, like, it fucked me up. Like, I was like not okay throughohout the whole thing. And they were like, we can't just go dig up their backyard. And she would not stop. They fucking found her where she said she was.
That's insane.
And she's like, I'm telling you, my heart is telling me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
I believe
found
that.
her wrapped up, and the guy admitted he killed her. The wife supported him through the whole thing.
That's insane.
And everybody's like, what is wrong with you? You are so abused by this man and you're so
Right.
confused. And she was like, she was upset. She was
Yeah.
upset, but she
Right.
stood by him.
Right.
And then she asked, the mom said, can I have some of her remains? And they were like, no. And then at first they said they would give her some. And then the husband was like, no, fuck her. She gave her up for adoption. And she's like, you murdered her.
Right.
You have rights to her remains.
You murdered
fuck.
her.
But it's a crazy story. Y'all gotta go watch it. Into the Fire, I think it's called. I think it's called Into the Fire. That should bring up something that you'll know what I'm
that's, like,
talking
similar,
about.
yeah.
And the mom's a savage ass lady.
Yeah, I love that.
She is.
Well, I love those kind of
She
things.
is so cool. And at first you are a little bit upset with her for giving her up for adoption. The way she
Right.
talks about it, she's devastated that she had to do that.
Right. Of course.
But she never stopped loving her. She never
Right.
stopped wondering about her. And, that shows the side of adoption where she's like, it can be dark. It could have a beautiful outcome, but it can
Right.
be dark.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I was adopted.
right.
Yeah.
So it's just a crazy story. So that's what I watched when
When you had
I
your
was
surgery.
recovering from surgery.
Oh, what a crazy thing to watch.
I watched that and then I was like pissed off the whole time.
Oh yeah, no, I can't bring myself to watch the Ruby Frankie stuff because I heard that I
haven't watched the most recent one. I started to, and I started getting fucking livid. So I
just
had to
can't watch it
turn
because
off.
I've listened to the true crime about it. I know what happens.
Yeah,
Like, I know.
I watched one of them.
Yeah,
The first one.
It's seeing that stuff for me is like, I get so angry. Like, and it's like different because like it's not like a rage bait.
She had a
thing.
podcast. I think it was either a podcast or like an audio thing, and they play clips of it of her and that dumbass lady talking, the doctor,
and that's insane.
And she talks like this. They sound psychotic.
They are psychotic. They looked psychotic. I've seen what they look like.
They look fucking psychotic.
They look exactly like two people denying their lesbianism.
Right. And oh my God, it's so infuriating.
Yeah, it's very infuriating. And yeah, no, that's like actually insane. Like, but it's just like stuff like that. Like I just have like such like a heart for it. And like, it's very much like if I can do anything to like make a difference in that kind of way, then I absolutely will do it. And I understand that maybe, you know, beating the shit out of somebody like Ruby Frankie won't help, but maybe it will.
Maybe it will.
You never know.
It might.
What does they say?
I might be okay with that.
What is it? A dead pedophile can't reoffend or something like that.
100%. They can't do it again. Yeah. Can't reoffend.
Number one way, you know, or I'm also pro castration. I'm also pro chopping your hands off. Apparently,
I'm
pro.
Tried to look it up.
Yeah, sew it shut. I'm pro that. You know, if you're gonna be a lady molester, just sew it up.
These teachers, dude. There's like teachers.
I can't. No, because I can't. Because what the fuck? Okay.
What the fuck are you doing with a 14-year-old boy?
Sorry.
Yeah, you're sick. Fucking piece of shit.
When you look at a 14-year-old boy,
Nothing is going to change my mind that they look like a child.
They look like children.
They look like a child.
18-year-olds look like children.
I don't care how manly you want to say they look.
Manly. I've never ever seen anyone that's
my 19-year-old still to me doesn't look like a full-blown man. I'm sorry.
No, they look like children.
There's something that still looks.
And it wasn't until okay, so that's the thing. Like when you're that age, you're like, I look so grown. I look so
right.
grown,
You think
whatever.
you look so yes.
But
or the
now
guys
that
look
I'm
so much older.
Exactly. Now that I'm 29 and about to be 30, like, and by the time I was 25, I was like 21-year-olds.
And these are not like 18. They're not like the old. They're not like seniors in high school, which still, by the way, is disgusting.
They're like freshmen.
But they're like, dude, they're like 12. There's 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds. That's not even high school yet. That's middle school. I would rather die.
Yeah. Because I honestly feel like
you're
schools,
a rapist.
Yes. I feel like
women or male, don't care.
I do feel like it's a very strange amount of like, usually statistically it's men. Usually statistically.
Right.
In schools, it seems like it's 50-50.
Women.
It's
women. I feel like it might be more, dude.
Women.
It might be
like,
more women.
It's the craziest thing to me because, like, I
and these have to be severely. Obviously, both are very mentally
obviously
ill.
You're mentally ill, but like,
oh my god, it's like I saw somebody comment because on our Back the Blue post they said like, oh well, should teachers wear body cams? And I was like, if it wasn't for the privacy of the children, 100%.
No, I do think that all teachers should not let me say that. All teachers should wear front like facing themselves. But yeah, actually,
something or have like cameras in the classrooms where it can blur out students' faces if need be.
Right.
But that is not for the teacher.
Yeah, no, it's
that
not.
is for the students.
Yeah, to protect, because that's the thing is like I understand that like in today, because I have a lot of teacher friends, and I understand that today students are a lot more.
It goes both ways. Yeah, students
rowdy
are
than they've ever been before.
Yeah.
Like entitlement is really what it comes down to, but that's a whole thing. And so I understand,
and fatherless
like,
behavior, like we talked
very
about.
Well, yeah, like, and I mean, honestly, motherless behavior too.
Yeah,
like all of it, like
lack of parenting,
lack of
period.
parents, lack of
parents wanting to be
lack of examples,
gentle parenting and free will, and let them express themselves. So they're all fucking assholes. Like, no, thank you.
No, I'm like,
so I do feel for teachers in that way.
Yeah,
you know, they're dealing with a lot of fucking.
I almost said bring back hitting your kids. I'm not gonna say that,
bring back spanking and paddling.
That's literally the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, it'd be funny if you said bring back hitting your kids.
Seriously, like you know, how people say bring back bullying.
Yeah,
I get what they mean by that.
Yeah,
like
and obviously I'm not talking about bring back the type of bullying
because we both are super anti-bully. So obviously, if you're a fucking idiot and think that's what we're talking about, if I like, you know how you were saying the justice thing, I was that person in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember a girl came up to me later in life and was like, you and your friends were so mean to me. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And then she was like, you're right. Like it took her a second. Like she associated me with the assholes.
Right.
The
whatever
the fuck. And I was like, no, never. I promise you, because I would literally be like, stop it right now. Like I didn't care how it made me look or, that like nobody said shit to me anyways, but let's fucking be real.
Exactly.
But like, I remember there was a kid that, something was wrong. He wasn't in like special ed classes, but he should have been. He should have been.
Right.
And everybody was fucking way mean to him.
Yeah.
And I remember we went on the like senior knots trip and he was on the bus and we all got off the bus and I'm like, girls, grow up. Like he got off and he was by himself and he wanted like a group to be with and he kind of started walking towards like different groups and they all started running. And my friends started running. And I thought to myself, God, this kid has got to feel like shit. Yeah. And I was like not okay with it. So I was like, stop. Yeah. And so I was always nice to him. It kind of backfired. Yeah. Because, and I'll tell you why. He took it the wrong way.
Exactly. They usually do. But that's the thing.
He took it the wrong way. Yeah. He wrote in my yearbook that we're going to be together one day and that he's going to make sure of it. He scared me.
Yeah.
And there was an incident.
Yeah.
Where he threatened.
Yeah.
And I was one that was safe.
Yeah.
But with that being said.
Yeah.
He threatened.
Yeah.
And it was a whole thing. Yeah. And he wrote down things.
Right.
And people's. And I guess I was safe.
Yeah.
Because I was nice to him.
Yeah.
But it was terrifying. But then it turned into he thought that maybe there was like something there.
Yeah.
And it kind of got a little scary for a minute because, he was kind of like, no, we're, but he was not well.
Yeah.
So, I say be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
But
well, okay.
Just be careful to like not give them. I obviously didn't give him I didn't give him any kind of impression or anything like that. I was just simply like, hey, everybody stop fucking picking on him. And like,
exactly.
Treat him like a human being.
Exactly. And I feel like for me, like, I feel like I did hear that as well. I feel like I actually, my high school, like for the most part, like it was actually, my class specifically was a really good group of kids. Like nobody really made, especially bullying was not that it wasn't a thing. We would only like picking fun at each other, not bullying.
100%.
Like
it happens. People, what do they call it? Like my son's always like, you're such an old piece of shit. Why? I'll be like, they rouse you, or I don't know. I try to say like terms, and he's like, stop. Just please.
Are you trying to say Riz?
Riz?
No, Riz is the opposite. Riz is like charisma, like good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's like something where you're like picking at it, like you're
like flaming someone, like.
I'm so old.
It's okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't even know what we called it when we were younger.
Right. Well, we would do that.
Well, not hazing, but like
it's not that severe.
It's not that deep.
Well, some of it. I
mean,
well, so I got bullied, but it wasn't like the kind of bullying that was like they only bullied me because they knew I could handle it. Do you know what I mean? Like I would give it back to them. You know what I mean?
Which I still don't like. But
it was only like that kind of stuff.
I'm really, really anti-bully. Like,
oh yeah. No, I completely understand. I also am very anti-bully, and it was like, but they didn't do that to any of like the outsider kids. They didn't.
Oh, okay.
They only did it to
like they so they were messing with you. I feel like that's a little different, and I feel like bullying, I don't know why, I'll fucking 5-year-old up right now. Like if I see you bullying, I'm gonna be like, you better stop right now, you better stop, you little shit. No, I won't say that, but I'm not gonna fuck a 5-year-old up, but I will literally say something. I said something at my older son's school in elementary school. There was kids picking on another kid. One kid made fun of him when I dropped him off because he was wearing it was pajama day and they didn't like his pajamas, and I was like, no, that's not very nice. I got down on like his level, and I was like, would you like that if somebody did that to you, or would that hurt your feelings? And he's like, hurt my feelings? I was like, okay, then we don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my son was probably horrified, but I will not stand for bullying. I didn't stand for it in school. It's something that like really, really bothers me.
Right.
But the messing around thing, I told Tyler a story. When I was like in elementary school, I always had curves. These curves have been there, and I was thin, but I had curves. Yeah. I had like hips. Yeah. And so people would make fun of me and call me thunder thighs. They would say thunder thighs, thunder thighs. And like, I remember they'd be like, oh, there's an earthquake because your thighs. Because I had like, I mean, I look back and I was like, I was fucking skinny as fuck. But like, I had more than most girls.
Right.
Middle school hit. Who did they all of a sudden, they were like, wait.
You're kind of hot.
Curves? They're like, wait.
What is that?
Thunder that. Wait, what?
No, I
The
understand.
one, wait, what? I was like, yeah. So you never know,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
never know what you'll develop into but I cannot
this
stand
is
the
true.
fucking bullying,
No,
dude. Like,
I can't handle. And actually, one of my favorite things, like, because I worked in childcare for a really long time, for like almost 10 years. Like, I started babysitting when I was 13, nannying by the time I'm 16, like working in like actual facilities.
did
by
you
the time I'm
encounter
18.
bullies?
Oh, all the time. Like, some of these kids are mean.
How
Some
do
of
you not,
they're
like-
assholes. Well, because whatever. These kids were assholes. Like, I'm not even.
They're assholes. No,
they were.
100%.
Like, and personally, the ones that I'm talking about, I personally know their parents, and they agree. The kid has gone through therapy. They're a lot better. Whatever.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
so-
That's kind of sad if they're
so-
like struggling and like ODD.
Well, yeah. But one of my favorite things to do, because a lot of times kids are associating like bullying with being funny.
100%.
So I would always just teach them how to be funny,
Right.
instead of bullying.
See, I
I'm
like a solution.
Yeah, like because all they want is the attention from the crowd.
Well, a lot of times,
the
what do they say about
laughs,
bullies?
Right,
They're either not having a good home life. There's
right.
something going
There's
on
something
there.
going on. Exactly.
There's something
so
going
I would
on.
just teach them how to so the way that I speak to children, like, I've had lots of success. Okay. But some people don't agree with me because I just speak to them like they're little humans, because that's what they are.
Agreed.
And so
I agree with that 100%.
when they come to me and they're like, blah, 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 I'm like, who are you talking to right now?
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, did we learn how to forget how to whisper? I
Right,
don't know.
or
Like,
talk,
what's going
like,
on, buddy?
Let's
You know,
regulate.
exactly, like that kind of
Teach
stuff.
them regulation.
And you just teach them that, and it's really it's actually not that hard, because then instead of trying to find somebody to make fun of, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess that could be funny, but like, it just shows that you like really don't actually like have humor. Like, you're
Right,
just
like, you're
cracking
not
jokes.
funny.
I was like, so it's like not actually funny. People are just laughing because they're uncomfortable.
Right.
And so that's what's happening. And like, you would think that kids don't understand that, but they do.
Yeah.
And then all you have to do is just like, oh, sorry, was that a joke? Sorry, that's
And
not.
you know what?
Yeah, and they're like,
comprehend things
and
more
they
than
do,
you think.
and that's all you have to do. All you have to do is just like correct it. Like, it's really because, and I say this, and I was spending like a lot of time with them, I guess, because like summer camps and like, all of this stuff, but like. It like the amount of time that I'm spending with them is not the amount of time that their parents or like anybody else is spending with them.
Right.
So if I'm able to make small changes by just doing that, then
why can't she? Right.
Exactly. Like, it's genuinely like, and I've done a lot of child psychology classes, like stuff like that. It's genuinely not that hard. Like, if you cannot outsmart a child.
Well, and it's consistency. Like,
exactly.
When Logan was going through therapy for what he went through, like, that's what she was saying. She's like, she's like, if you do 2 weeks of consistency, because he was starting to show signs of ODD, and not bad behavior. He was great at school, but it was meltdowns.
Yeah.
I'm talking like, I don't even know how to explain it. Not a meltdown like a tantrum. It's like a blackout, like doesn't know where he is.
No, I completely understand. Yeah.
Like rage
My
moment.
sister had those. Yeah.
So she's like 2 weeks. She literally was like 2 weeks. Do it exactly what I'm saying to do. And it was like this one-on-one time thing, doing this, doing that. And she was like, most parents can't do it because they don't make the time to do it. And they're not consistent. Right. She's like, I know you will.
Yeah.
And I was like, duh.
Yeah.
You're telling me this is going to help my child. I will fucking go to the earth's end.
Well, I'll learn
and,
how to
you know, at this time, you know, Tyler and I were already together. He was fully supportive and helpful. And it worked.
Yeah.
It fucking
crazy
worked. Like, I was almost like, this is like mad, like some kind of trickery.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is crazy.
Because it does feel like
but
that,
it's
but
consistency. And the people that say it doesn't work, they're like, well, I did it mostly. It's like, no.
Do it all.
It's kind of like dieting.
Yeah.
Like, you can't mostly do it. You
No.
need to fucking do it. It's
You-
consistency. That's
100%.
it. Consistency and like some kind of discipline and, you know, commitment.
Yes.
So
those 3 things.
100%. And, but there was a little boy Logan went to school with, and he said everybody hates him. And he wasn't saying it in a mean way, but he goes, everybody hates him. He's a really bad kid. He's always in trouble.
Right.
So nobody wants to play with him because he's really bad and he's really mean. And immediately, what do? I'm like, this kid's struggling at home. This 100%. Kid's got a bad home life. I start getting emotional. I'm like, Logan, I was like, do me a favor. Be nice to him. I was like, no matter how hard it is and how bad he is.
Right.
I said, you know, if you need to keep a distance from him because he's being violent or, you know,
Right.
do what you need to do. I said, but
Obviously.
try to be nice to him. Just
Yeah.
try, or talk to him or ask him how his
Right.
day is. I said, just give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I kept trying to remember what happened, but something happened where he said, oh, he told me that he liked Superman. Like, I think he kind of opened up to him. And I was like, I'm like bawling at this point in my head. I'm just like, this kid has probably got something going on at home, because I'm like, he's not just bad. Like, there's something.
No, I don't believe in bad kids.
I'm not dismissing bad behavior.
No, there
but
is
if
bad
this
behavior,
kid is
but
bad to
there's
this
a
point
root. There's
where
roots.
everybody's like, I don't even want to play with him because he's so awful.
Yeah.
It's like, why though? Why is he being like, naturally kids are not that way.
No, they're not. And actually, that was my specialty, is they would send me all the bad kids. I don't believe in a bad kid. I don't. And it blow them out of the water every single time, because they'd be like, how do you get them to listen to you? How do you get blah, blah, blah? And I go, because they're just a person.
Right.
Like, he has different needs, or she has different needs, or like it's
well, they want kids to fit into a mold.
Exactly, but they're not going to do that.
Who's that guy? Tyler always knows these people. The one that says that children should not be in school, like up until I think he said like 12. Like, literally, they shouldn't be in school until they're older, because they need to be outside playing. They need to have their imagination going.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I agree. And
have you kind of heard it?
That's why I like
he's
Montessori
like, I don't know if he's like a
schools.
psychologist. He's not just some random
Are you
guy.
talking about Jordan Peterson? Sorry,
don't know.
he just always be saying stuff. That's why I assume it's him.
I don't know, but he said little boys especially need to be like locking them in a classroom. And, you know, we are considering homeschooling, because right now we're not, but it's definitely a thought, because it's like, that is a lot. 8 hours, like, for a little kid.
Right.
What?
No, it's
and they're
crazy.
like, but they're teaching them discipline, and it's teaching them. It's like, no, it's teaching them to fall in line.
Exactly.
And be compliant.
It's teaching
and
them how to
sit
become
and do this and do that and do a 9 to 5. And it's not teaching them shit.
No, it's not. That's why I really like and I don't have kids, obviously, but like, I love the idea of like the Montessori schools, where they're very hands-on. They're very like, it's not just like, here's a worksheet. It's like, here's this, and we're gonna figure this out from that. Like, it's way more hands-on.
Well, that's the thing, is public schools.
Yeah. Well, it sucks, because like, so many people only have access to public schools, and that's like the part that sucks the most. It's like, I personally, I think that we should, like, I don't think charter schools should exist. I don't think private schools should exist. I don't think any of that should exist, because then that forces the parents that have money to pour into the public schools.
Right.
In, I think, like Sweden or Switzerland, one of the two, I know it's an S, that's what they do. Every single school gets the exact same funding throughout the entire country. Oh. And every single school produces results.
See, like, our education system, that's a whole nother story. These people that are like, oh my God, how could we defund federal education? The federal education system is horrific.
Yeah, they're not.
All test scores are down. Reading scores are down.
Yeah.
They are not producing.
No, the kids can't
Nobody's
read
saying
anymore.
to
Kids
reduce
can't
education.
read.
In fact, it's to give
That's
more
like a really big thing.
Control back to the states to have more input on how this education goes, because right now it is not going well.
No, it's not going well.
I mean, my son Logan loves school. He's in kindergarten.
Right.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
Then we have our middle schooler who's not a fan of school. Bradley is graduated, but in high school he kind of just did what he needed to do, graduated. But you know, some kids love it, some kids don't. Right. Logan's little, so he loves the fun. His friends is, you know, it's a whole different story. But
I totally understand that. But yeah, no, I agree. It's just like, and that's like a hard stance that I have on that, because like, I understand like public schools are scary or whatever, and you want to like take your kids away from it and like, you know, have them do the best. Then homeschool, I think, is what you should do as opposed to public school.
And homeschool's changed. It's not just like these
there's
weird
like
kids.
coalitions
They're like,
and stuff.
Your kid's gonna be weird and have no social skills. It's like, no, you still.
A lot of times they have more social skills.
And they have groups and they have meetings and you could do hybrid and you could have them go in and play with other kids. And you could teach them different skills and get together with other homeschool kids. Like, it's not like they're gonna be like this sheltered, confused. In fact, they'll probably be
more exposed to things. No, I agree. And I just think that it's like, that's the other thing, like, because no matter what, like, you're eventually going to have to encounter these people again. And if you get into the real world without ever having encountered like people that think differently than you, then it's so scary.
Then you become the people on TikTok.
That hate on everyone for
the
no reason.
cesspool of TikTok.
No,
That's
TikTok
who you become.
Is scary. Like honestly, it's so
gross.
Scary. Like my For You page, I don't have a personal TikTok.
No. So I
do, but
have our page and
exactly.
I don't go through because I can't even fathom.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much.
It is a lot. And like I'll say like I don't ever see any hateful like if I do I just don't like, and I never comment anything hateful.
Are you gonna see something and be like, I must say something hateful,
right? And every now
like,
and then
what is wrong
I will
with
say
you?
Like I do get the urge, especially when someone's saying something like absolutely ludicrous, like I'm like, girl, but
if they're saying something hateful, you're kind of like,
right, I'm like, I
kind of want to say something,
right? Exactly. But honestly, more than anything, I'm leaving thirst comments. I'm leaving thirst comments on everybody's stuff. I'm leaving thirst comments more than anybody else ever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Guy, girl, not furries. But I that's what I do. Or like positive, like love, like, oh, love this, love that, heart, heart, heart.
Right.
Fire, flame. Yes, yes, yes. And that's just my energy.
Lately, I've been commenting from our page to try to just get exposure.
Well, I should, because I have like random bursts that I'll like,
do it
there. But yeah, so I'm just like, I just don't understand like how you can operate in that headspace of just like being hateful all the time. Like I don't get, like, it's just not me.
See, and I got a little taste of like understanding it and getting exposed to it through Tyler's different platforms, because there's a lot of like support and, oh, we love you guys, but there's also going to be those haters. So, and I remember when I first saw it, I was like, how do you deal with this? And he's like, oh, we don't even read the comments. So all those people that think they're like getting to them, every now and then they might pop in just to be like, yeah, we're here, and like respond to somebody, especially if they're like extra or like personal, and it's like, you're something's up with you, so you're trying to get the attention, we're gonna give it to you, but other than that, he's like, we don't even fucking look at them, like, and I'm like, okay, so that's how you do it. Like you kind of just have to be like, and right now we're having fun because we're new, and so I'll jump right in there, but and to a point, and then I'll be like, okay, like I have like things to do. So you guys go at it with each other. Right. I'm gonna go like take care of my house and businesses and kids and self and go work out and
exactly.
I'll
and
catch you later.
Do things
but at first it's fun, but like they'll go forever.
Yeah. No, they will.
I'm like, oh,
I
love
like
not funny anymore.
I love being the person that like comes in and is like, but have you considered this? And then leaving. I love that.
There was one on our page that I just kept going, go away. And she'd write like paragraphs and I'm like, go away. And she would get like I think she blocked us because I can't see it anymore, but I can see it from my other page.
Like you blocked us, but you came to our page to comment.
Said something. I said, go away. Which I knew what I was doing. Yeah. And then she said something again. I said, go away. And then she said something again. And I said, because she blocked that page. So I went to my other page and said, go away. Yeah. And she was like, I could see her probably sitting there like, oh yeah, this fucking bitch, like getting so mad, and I'm like, just go away. Yeah. That's all. Just go away.
Just leave us alone.
Because it wasn't even like expressing an opinion, like we said, you're welcome to. Yeah, it's free world,
right?
But
leave whatever comments you want. It's just don't expect me to care.
Yeah, or not say anything.
Yeah, and I'll do whatever I want to do.
They're like, you're on a public platform. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, right.
So you are too.
God, thank you for letting me know.
So I can say something back.
Do you know that fucking that's crazy? Actually insane, because you know sometimes people genuinely do believe that if their profile is private, that their comments are private. Do you know they think that?
Well, I'm sorry.
I used to spend way too much time stalking the internet, looking for comments of people, you know.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've been there, done that. Where you're like, did they comment on this girl's thing? Did
exactly.
They like
exactly.
Yeah. And when I say been there, done that, anything I say negative is not about my current husband. So
no. Oh,
I just have to again make that clear. And it doesn't matter what the fuck you say or want to try to come up with or make fake pages and say it's not going to work. I'm not going to believe you. I don't care. So you're an idiot.
Funny that you would go through all that trouble.
And it's actually really sad.
Yeah. And so I would like go through and I would see the comments and he was like, I don't understand how you're always finding these fucking comments, bro.
It's
like my
so
profile's
easy.
private. My profile's private.
Oh,
I'm like,
he's an idiot. Yeah.
I'm like,
but it's
yeah,
also
your
really
comments are
easy because you
public,
can like find some like hoe that like comes up in your like suggested, and it's almost guaranteed.
Oh, 10 times out of 10.
As evil as all these apps are, sometimes they be helping.
No, Instagram literally.
Sometimes Instagram
suggested
got me
person.
to
Yeah.
catch so much shit.
No, for
it's
real.
fucking actually crazy.
No, actually.
I'm not even lying to you. I caught one time a person that person blocked.
So-
Sorry, she didn't see you. You just scared the shit out of her.
Sorry.
Can you check how long we've been going?
Yeah, because I think we could wrap up at any point.
We
but
have
yeah.
just been.
We've just been
I don't even. Did
talking.
we even talk about AI?
Yeah, we did a little bit.
We're almost at 2 hours.
Okay, yeah, we can wrap up.
We could probably make this 2 episodes.
It's just random.
That's what you say about every episode.
No, but should you?
Like,
Make it 2 episodes?
probably.
I don't. What is he talking about?
Literally nothing.
And everything.
Nothing and everything all at the same time.
Yeah, there.
Can't get this.
There's like a
Love you.
little. Yeah, that really did scare me. But like, cause I was so
saw him
focused.
come in, but the lights.
Well, it's right on my peripheral where my glasses aren't. So it was like literally right here, and then I just see.
Like, I love that our podcast, like, my son comes in, my husband comes in, like,
No, literally.
who has like these podcasts where they're like all serious and like,
No.
get out of here. We don't
Like,
even want
you're
that.
gonna ruin the production.
Like,
I'm
shh, be quiet. Like, no,
I
never.
don't-
We are never gonna be like that.
If that's if you came here expecting that,
You're in the wrong place.
no, be so fucking for real with yourself.
You're
like,
in the wrong place.
how have you made it this far and you're still
Yeah.
expecting something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Like, come on, be so for real. Be so for real.
But we were okay. So again, the episode was supposed to be about AI,
Yeah.
and we talked about chat GPT.
Chat.
Why is anybody else think that's a tongue twister or
Chat GPT. Yeah.
Chat GPT?
Yeah, I just
I
call
can
it
say it 3
chat.
times fast.
Chat. Chat.
No,
Yeah.
but we talked about that. We talked about AI being terrifying and scary.
Because it is.
And
It
then
actually
how do we
is.
feel about like robots?
Well,
Also terrifying.
I've
Because they're not
seen-
supposed to have emotions. And what are we talking about when I saw a robot like beat somebody up? They got like angry.
well, why did my chat GPT say I'm so sorry you feel that way?
Why, yeah, that's showing like
You're not
some kind of
sorry.
emotion.
You
don't
can
have
be
emotion, you're not
sorry.
human.
No, exactly. So I watched iRobot with Will Smith. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like that about robots.
Yeah, but that's what I think people think just because they're not walking around the streets
Yeah.
that we're not at that level, but we're pretty damn close.
No, we are very close. I mean, doesn't
mean,
Kim Kardashian
I think
have a
Kim
robot
Kardashian's
from
in a
Elon
relationship
Musk?
with one.
I'm pretty sure, right?
She did a photo shoot.
No, actual like, and we're not even. We're not even like joking
This
right
is
now.
not even hate.
This is
well,
actually.
it is because I actually can't stand them. But
Well, yeah, it's very much like O.J. Simpson. That's what it all goes back to.
she,
But
she literally, I think, is like holding its hand and like kissing it. Isn't
weird.
fun?
That's weird, honestly. Like,
I think she
I'm
is.
sorry, but like, robots will never replace human connection. I'm just gonna let you guys know, robots will never replace
Kanye
human
fucked
connection.
her up so bad that she's like dating a robot.
And whatever, honestly, I feel like that's not even Kanye.
Oh no,
That's a whole
his
other.
clone.
That's like a
That's
whole
not him.
like.
It says
I don't feel like that's Kanye West. That's Kanye East for
she
sure.
plays rock paper scissors. She says, "Oh, I don't know. This is. I'll have to look more into it."
Yeah,
but I thought there was ones where she was like did a photo shoot like hugging. Yeah, she is. She's laying on him. Yes. It says controversial. She's holding his hand, sitting in a chair next to him, laying on him like on his chest.
That's very creepy.
But we know that the Kardashians are all about like this shock
Yeah.
factor, like
Yeah.
rage bait. Look at her
Yeah.
outfits that she wore
Yeah.
and to all the awards. They do that on purpose, which they're smart. They are smart business women.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like
Kris
their
Jenner.
mother. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But Kanye is definitely not real. His face is different. His voice is different. His mouth is different. Everything is different.
Yeah.
And then his real self appeared not that long ago. I saw a video and I was like,
And it
that's
looked like him,
I was like,
yeah.
that's him.
Yeah.
This thing that is
Yeah.
there now, this
Yeah.
psychopath.
I
is
feel
not
like
him.
I feel like
he knows what he's doing. He's actually really smart.
No, I feel like original Kanye,
OG Kanye.
No, he said all of this. He was like, it doesn't matter now. He's like, I can do whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. I can
Hasn't
a
he
clone
said in
could
the
come
past,
out.
like,
He said that if he ever
it's-
disappears and comes back, it's a clone. He has said that, and he disappeared and he came back, and we're supposed to believe that's not a clone.
Yeah.
We know it's a clone. It's a clone.
It's a clone. Kanye, where are you?
Clone, you mean?
Kanye, are you out there? Are you out there? Did you go up in the Blue Origin and go to space with Katie?
You did the first moon landing.
Are you on the moon still at the first moon landing? Was that Kanye?
I think so. I think it could have been possibly.
Possibly. But it's not him. We know that.
Yeah.
At all. Like,
Yeah.
not even a little bit.
No, I do think that's like a whole other thing that like I'm like I personally think that the Dash family is evil.
Dashy Dash.
Yeah, the little
Dashy Dash.
Yeah, they're kind of I think they're like affiliated with Diddy.
Oh. I mean, she dated him.
Right.
Kim did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I've also
And I think she
like
defended him
there's
at some
conspiracy
point. Didn't
theories
she
that they're
defend him at
actually
some
just
point?
like the highest paid escorts in the world.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
see that.
I could see that too. And especially because of tape, you know, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And I mean, here we are judging.
Yeah. And I do. I'm
And I do.
I'm a Virgo.
Hey, but you know who else is a
I'm
clone
Virgo.
or like is dead or Britney Spears?
Oh, 100%.
Or she had a lobotomy. I'm 100%.
I think
she's either.
No, I think
not
they
her
may have
or-
lobotomied her. Like I'm being so for real.
I'm 100%.
Like this is not even a joke. I know they had her on not Valium, lithium. They had her on lithium.
Yeah.
Like,
That's when they probably performed the lobotomy.
no, seriously.
Like it reminds me of the part in Silence of the Lambs where his actual skull at that point is cut off and it's just showing his brain.
Yeah.
And he's feeding him his own brain. They did that to Britney Spears.
Yeah, they actually that actually was just like AI. It was really Britney Spears in that scene,
That's-
but they AI'd the Silence of the Lamb guy over.
That
it.
is actually that actually happened to Britney Spears.
Like, is that narcissistic?
Ate her own brain. She
Is that
ate her own brain.
narcissistic to want to eat your own brain?
I mean, I don't think he wanted to.
Oh,
I think
he
that
just had
that
to.
was psychotic that he made him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
guess
didn't
that's
want
fair.
to. He didn't know he was eating his own brain.
Oh,
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, but I don't remember that. I was really little.
Oh, you probably shouldn't see that little ever. Part of the trauma, right there,
yeah.
right there, everybody.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, do not
there's
show
a
your
lot
chil-
of movies that I should.
Let me tell you, Tyler, my husband,
Right.
and father to all of our children.
Yeah.
But my youngest, as we've said, stepfather, yes, but father, more so.
Right.
Showed, I don't know if he showed him, but was watching while he was there, like something on YouTube about aliens. My child, he can watch all sorts of stuff, but
Right.
that fucked him up for like 2 weeks. Could not take a shower by himself.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
horrified. And I was like, Tyler, and he's like, I didn't think, he's like, that kid can play like Fortnite and see all sorts of stuff. And
Yeah.
he's like, I didn't know that it was, but the alien thing,
Yeah.
but my child's very exceptional. He's probably like, because that's real.
Exactly. I was like, because he knows.
He knows.
I
He's
was
like,
because
this
he
is
knows.
real.
No,
He had a dream and he goes, Mom, are black holes real? And I was like, what? We're in the pool swimming. And I was like, what? And he goes, are black holes real? And I was like what? Like in the, I was like, can you give me some context? He's like in the sky. And I was like, what do you mean? And by the way, I was like, actually terrified. He goes, like, I had a nightmare that a black hole opened up in the sky and sucked everybody into it.
Oh my god.
And I was like, absolutely not real. And also I was
That's
like,
never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
I was like, not real.
Yeah.
Ever. And then I went as far as to like be like, Daddy, like, are black holes real? And I told him, you know, Logan had, and he's like, absolutely not. And he was like, what the fuck?
They don't just like open up like that. That's not like a
But
thing.
I was like,
that's scary. That's
it
terrifying.
was actually the most terrifying thing I ever
No,
heard
that
in
is
my life.
scary.
But go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I believe in aliens, and I don't like to talk too much about it because I feel like
Well, here's the thing. Aliens don't necessarily mean like the actual like movie like aliens. There is life form
yeah,
outside of this.
yeah. No, I
Okay.
believe in the movie Aliens, though. No, I'm like
I mean,
no. I don't believe in the movie Aliens, but I do think that other life exists. I do
right,
do
because
think
they say
that,
sometimes
like,
they're not going to look exactly like those movie aliens.
No.
But they got those images
they'll
from
look
somewhere.
like Bill Clinton.
They just
Oh, sorry.
they'll look like Obama.
They look
Right.
just like the whole Clinton family.
Let me tell you something. Have you seen Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull?
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to scare me, isn't it?
It's
Oh my
scary.
God.
And that to me sounds accurate. Like
Dang it.
that was a very accurate alien, like ancient shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these pyramids
Yeah.
and shit. Okay, people built those by hands. Are you guys that fucking stupid?
I do
Like,
agree.
I don't care about the pulley system that we learned in school. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They pulled it with ropes and they did this.
Yeah.
They built those rock formations.
I heard-
Get out of my life. Those were tons. They're thousands
Yeah.
and thousands
And did you
of
see
pounds.
recently, like, what they discovered, like,
You're
thousands
fucking
of feet
retarded.
underground was those pools filled with bodies? Did you?
What?
Okay, yeah. We're gonna have to do a whole episode about aliens, bro, because, like, I'm not
What?
joking.
That's
like,
the one we should have Taylor on.
yeah.
He'll be our guest because he knows
Aliens.
about that stuff too.
Yeah, it's just a lot. We should do a whole episode on it because, like, I can't even get into it. Like,
Okay. So we'll do our trauma. We'll do our aliens.
Yeah.
We'll do.
yeah, we do eventually have to do the OF thing.
We are gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do an episode.
And I'm really-
all about OnlyFans.
yeah, I'm sorry, but-
stay tuned.
People are gonna get really upset about that one.
And there's also, but I know a lot of people that know us are also
Yeah.
gonna be like, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, because I posted that chick that was like, dump cum in my asshole. I don't know what she said.
Oh,
She didn't
I know
say
what
that.
you're talking about.
But, like,
I know what
she's
you're talking about.
singing.
It's a song. It's a song, and I'm like,
I don't know if that's what she said.
but people, but basically, that's what she said. That's basically what she said.
Talk, but the replies were like, I am so disgusted with everything that's going on in this world
Right.
right now, and these OnlyFans bitches. So I think again, silent majority. That's
Right.
okay. You know, if y'all want to
Yeah.
have a voice and grow a sack, that's also okay.
Yeah, that
JK,
would be-
JK. But okay, we'll wrap it up so my husband
Yeah.
doesn't have to edit for 40 fucking hours.
Literally.
It says he doubles what the episode is, and we're almost at like 2 hours.
Oh, I'm
but
really- yeah,
no, say what
sorry.
you were gonna
Thank
say
you.
though.
Wait, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. I think
Damn
I cut
it.
you off because I have severe problems.
It was about. Oh no, I didn't want to go too far into it, but it was about the aliens in the tunnel and the whole.
Do you want to?
there.
Okay, yeah. Let's
No,
save that.
yeah, we'll save
Where's
it,
your
but,
notes?
like-
Put it in your notes. So that here, I'll put it in my notes. But anyways, that was
Yeah.
that was like such a good little talk
I feel like it was
session.
kind of cathartic.
Yeah,
It felt
and
pretty
hopefully
good.
it gives that same thing to
Yeah,
you guys.
I hope that when you're listening to this, when you're like
Cleaning, driving,
yeah,
working,
anything, running, working out,
sitting in the jacuzzi with like a glass of wine,
Yeah.
just have something to listen to. Like we're all chatting and hanging
yeah,
out.
maybe even crying in your bathroom. It made you a little happy.
Right. Yeah. Like you're rocking back and forth on the bathroom
Right,
floor.
and
This
then-
might help you.
And then you got a little giggle. You're like, oh, these bitches they're never serious. They're so unserious.
They're so
we should do
unserious.
unfiltered, unfazed, unserious. Like,
Unfiltered and unserious. Yeah. And unfazed.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Fuck y'all. But
yeah. So I think
so
that's it.
okay, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, so I guess don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow us on every social
Share.
media.
Maybe share. Can
Yeah,
we get
share.
some shares out there?
Speak words for us.
Can we get some
Comment,
support? No, I'm just kidding.
please.
You guys are all viewing and watching our
Yeah.
episodes, so we
and
do
I do
the
appreciate
support.
that.
Oh,
and I would like it if
100%.
you said it to me. I
kind of want you
like
to also
affirmation.
subscribe.
I like praise.
So when you subscribe, just so y'all know,
Yeah.
you subscribe to Counterculture Inc.
yeah.
And we're on that network.
Correct.
So you click podcasts, or you could just go to like all their videos and we'll also be in there.
Yeah.
But when you subscribe, you're subscribing to Counterculture Inc. And then you'll subscribe to us also.
Yes.
So-
yes, because we are like a television network,
We are on a
but on
network.
YouTube.
Right.
It's like PBS, but this is not for kids.
Right.
Definitely not.
Definitely not for kids. So.
All right. Well, I guess that's everything.
I guess that is everything.
Okay.
And,
Bye.
and some more. Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found